Hey everybody, welcome to episode 72 of Dinner and a Podcast, a show where three best friends get together, share a meal and a conversation, discussing all things pop culture, TV, movies, and comics. Make sure to check out our Facebook page by searching Dinner and a Podcast, our website, dinnerandapodcast.weebly.com. There you can find full comic reviews, comic synopses, dinner and a movie reviews, and just a bit outside. Also check out our shop where you can buy our pins and our stickers, and our Twitter and our Instagram feed are at Dinner Podcast. I want to say hi to all of our buddies in the Nerd Podcast Mafia and the BSPN Podcasting Network, which we are proud members of. Be sure to listen to all the entertaining shows, especially Not Another Nerdy Podcast and the Nerds with Words. Also want to say what's up to our good buddies Aussie and the Palm over in England and in Australia. And we have a new podcast that has befriended us. They're called Legend in My Spare Time.
Oh, I hate him.
He's lying. He doesn't know who you are.
No, that's why I hate you.
Oh, okay. They've been interacting with us on Twitter a lot.
Mortal enemies.
They've been interacting with us on Twitter a lot lately, and really
Prepare
cool.
to be destroyed.
They
stink, and we don't like them.
highlighted us on their podcast. They like do a podcast of the week, and they said that we were the podcast
What's their
of the
show
week.
about?
Being nice won't save you.
It's kind of like ours, okay. Pop culture.
Just not as good.
Why are you doing that? I gotta cut all that out.
Why?
Because I want to make friends. I don't want to fucking.
I have friends. 2 of them.
All right. Joe, you like cookies?
Are you really going to cut all that out?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Do you agree or disagree with that?
I really don't give a shit.
Okay. Joe, you like cookies?
I love cookies.
You like murders?
Not so much.
Oh, that's a shame. You know why it's a shame? Because this week is buy one get one free box of cookies / murders.
Really?
Yeah, from our favorite baker / murderer, Marie DeZio.
What kind of cookies?
You got to buy the murder. You get the cookies for free.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cookies the higher priced item. A murder's the higher priced item. You get the cookies half off. Yeah. Like, did you ever go to some place? Yeah.
The cookies are themed after the murder you want. So be creative.
Oh. Like ex-wife murder cookies or something like that?
Yeah. Like, come up with really clever stuff.
Nice.
She's good, so, you know.
She does all types of fondants. And
Like drowned in a kid's pool.
Ooh. Like, not the kid drowned in the kid's pool. Like, an adult that was murdered drowned in the
Yeah, the kids are too hard to make on a cookie.
It's a blue cookie with just like body parts like popping up.
Oh, she can make it. She can make it good. Anyway, if you want to see her...
Cement shoes.
Yeah, cement shoes is a very good one. Very good one. Oh, you can have a car blowing up.
Yep.
That's a good one. All types of,
Crushed by a falling air conditioner. Accidentally. Just an air conditioner and 2 feet sticking out of the bottom.
Or a piano. Piano with 2 feet sticking out the bottom. So, if you want to check her out,
right.
You can check her out on Instagram at at DeZio Bakes, DIZEO BAKES. The joke of the week, again, goes to our good buddy, Mike.
He was on... I listened to that episode and I was cackling.
I don't know what joke it is that is the joke of the week.
It was everything. The whole show was hilarious.
But it definitely goes to Mike. A number of people had named Mike jokes.
Yeah.
So it goes to Mike. So good on you, Mike. That's 2 wins. Mike's leading in the jokes of the week polls right now.
Now he starts cutting them out of the show.
What, joke of the week? Yeah. No, they're staying in. I like it.
Every time you speak, it's just silence. Well, the only time you're going to talk is, take it away, Tony. Pew, pew.
He cuts out the second pew.
Why would I cut that out? This week on the show, we're going to be talking about our favorite sitcoms. We did a sitcom show way back when you couldn't hear anything and all you heard was dish clatter.
And that was only the 90s.
And that was only the 90s, right. So we're going to do our overall favorite sitcoms. But before that, we're going to do a little segment we like to call Joe's Top 10 You Knows It's.
So, because it's a sitcom kind of show, one of our favorite shows who came up on the list might not get picked up for season 4.
So it's a current show, and it was on the best sitcom
It was
list?
on the sitcom list. I don't know if I would call it a sitcom,
Okay.
but it was on the list.
Oh, what is it?
Rick and Morty.
See, I don't consider that a sitcom. I mean, it's one of my favorite shows.
Right. Came up pretty high on one of the lists that I pulled up. But according to the co-creator, Dan Harmon,
Yeah.
Cartoon Network's not asking for season 4.
Hasn't signed them
so
yet.
he hasn't written anything yet.
Get out of town.
They-
No, nothing started.
Dude, somebody will pick them up in a heartbeat if Cartoon Network doesn't want to.
I think a little bit of it is he trolls his fans.
Right.
Because he doesn't like that kind of rabid, over-the-top fanboyism that show has kind of started to garner.
Right.
So I think a little bit of it is him trolling his fans.
Okay.
Because, like, at the end of that, he kind of gives the slap to them where he's like, I guess it's hard to write when you're a raging alcoholic or whatever. And then he says he's going to go off to buy whiskey or whatever. Yeah.
I mean,
It's going to get picked up.
It will. I'll be disappointed if it doesn't. But like you said, if Cartoon Network doesn't, I could see an FX or something like that picking that show up, no problem.
I would rather them take 2 years and do it right than rush a season out that isn't good. Like, I'm fine with that.
Yep.
Take 2 years, take 3 years. I don't care. I'd rather have 4 or 5 really solid seasons than like 10 rushed out ones and only 2 of them are good.
Like Archer. Like this last season is not that great.
No, it's not as good. No, but that early stuff is brilliant.
Yes.
And that's what I mean. I'd rather them wait until find what made the show special.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys consider that a sitcom?
I don't know.
Like, I don't consider animated, cartoons to be sitcoms. That's just me. They're cartoons. They have their own category of cartoons.
I don't know. I think it's the content that's on the show.
Okay.
It's not a... I mean, Rick and Morty is more of an adventure show with situational comedy thrown in.
Mm-hmm.
Or just comedy, If it was just him and Morty at home doing things, much like The Simpsons, I would categorize it as a sitcom.
Okay. So you would categorize it as action or adventure?
Sci-fi?
Sci-fi?
See, I think this is an interesting definition. A sitcom is short for the term situational comedy, right? Is anything in the genre of comedy fixed around the set of characters who carry over from episode to episode.
Oh, so I guess
so
Rick and
Teen
Morty.
Titans Go is a sitcom.
Is that a comedy, though? Is it comedy?
They try to make it really funny, yeah.
Huh.
I think that's a pretty good definition of it. Sitcoms can be contrasted from sketch comedies, where the troops are new characters each week. Stand-up comedy, where comedians tell jokes. Sitcoms originated in radio, but are found mostly on television today.
Yeah, okay. I think that's fair game, then. I don't have them in my list.
Me either.
I'm not going to have it in my list. But
I will definitely have animated shows on my list.
I like Rick and Morty better than almost everything on my list, but I'm not going to have it in this list. I'll say that.
I think it's way too soon to put a show like Rick and Morty on.
Okay.
They've had a short cultural impact. When you think about some of the great sitcoms, their cultural impact is vast and wide-reaching.
Right.
Like The Simpsons, right? You're saying that's animated, so it wouldn't be a situation comedy. But
in my opinion,
I don't know if there is what's the difference between The Simpsons and Roseanne? Just the fact that it's animated.
One's not icky and one is icky.
No, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is the difference?
Right.
Just because the characters are animated?
Mm-hmm.
It's still centered around the family. It basically takes place in the house.
Oh, I see the argument. I just think that cartoons should be in their own category. But I totally get how they can be in the sitcom genre. So I'm not gonna put up a stink about it. I'm just not gonna put them in my list. But I totally see how they can be put in this in your list there. So I get it.
You knows it.
But yeah, back to the news. Spielberg confirmed that Indiana 5 is going to start filming in April.
I'm not into this, man. I don't want to see 80-year-old Indiana Jones.
That's what I was thinking. There's no...
unless he's in a rocking chair telling a flashback story, and Chris Pratt is Indiana Jones in the flashback.
No, it's going to be Harrison Ford, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they'll take our idea.
Well, what was our idea?
Indiana Jones in Dutch.
In Dutch. Yeah.
And they find the predator.
Yeah, 2 80-year-old men searching for predators in
Come with me if you want to live.
It would have to be now Arnold, though.
Oh, yeah.
Now Arnold, now Indiana Jones.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah. That'd be great.
Did you guys see this month Stallone's birthday? He turned 71.
Get out of here.
And
Looks good, man.
He put out some kind of social media video of him doing chin-ups with 100-pound weight, 100 pounds of weight hanging off his belt.
That's amazing.
At 71.
Good for him.
How's his body taking steroids at 71 years old?
I think it's human growth hormone, they said.
Wow.
That's what he's been on.
Yeah, it's a steroid. I'll give it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all those penis facials. Keeps
Microneedling.
him nice and taut.
I was watching Rocky today. He looks freaking awesome in Rocky 4, man. He's ripped.
He
And
still
Dolph
looks
Lundgren.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For 71?
Looks amazing for any age.
Yeah.
I wish I looked like that.
In other movie news, did you know Men in Black is getting a reboot?
Yes, I heard that.
Yeah.
Did you
it's,
hear who's going to play?
Yeah, Thor.
And
I forget her name.
Valkyrie.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
They're the two agents.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And it's a sequel. It's not, it's continued story.
Oh, I heard reboot.
No. It's not a reboot.
Oh, really?
No, it's a continued
Huh.
story. They're new agents in the future, I think.
I go see that.
Yeah.
Definitely go see
Absolutely.
You know what the thing is? That's a great universe they created.
that. Right.
Like, it really is a good universe.
Yeah.
They just kind of lost their way after the first one. I think the first one was the best one of that series.
That was really good.
But, I would love to explore more of that world they created.
Yeah.
Where, anyone odd could be an alien, and there's this whole second society that exists within our society.
Mhm.
I think that's great. I think it's a really cool world to tell a story in. They just haven't taken full advantage of it. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Plus, Chris Hemsworth can obviously do comedy,
yes.
right? He can carry comedies, so
Mhm.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. You want to talk movie trailers real quick?
Yes.
We
You want to
brought
run away?
No.
we brought this up in the car.
Unless it's going to be Avengers.
No.
Okay.
Dude, Kevin Smith had the best breakdown of that trailer.
What did he say?
I can't talk. He'll put his fingers in his ears and go la 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 la. He talked about that Cap scene
Right.
and how that has been a payoff since the first episode, his first movie. And I thought it almost brought me to tears when he said it. He said, and you know the scene I'm talking about, right? We
Yeah.
talked about it because I gushed about it last week.
I couldn't even listen to that to edit it. I just skipped over it. I didn't edit it. So you guys could have said anything you wanted about me, which I thought you would. Did you?
No,
because I
not
didn't
at all.
even listen to
We're
it.
not 5 years old.
What are you talking about? I've gone to the bathroom before and you've said stuff. And
No,
I
I like
edited it.
saying
Never.
it right to your face.
No, liars.
In the first Captain America, when he's getting the physical from the doctor, he's like, "Hey, you excited to go kill some Nazis?" He's like, "No,
Right.
I just don't like bullies." And I thought when you think about that scene and what he's doing, and he's standing up to a bully, I
Yep.
was like, "Oh my god, that was that's such a if that's the way they wrap up his story."
Well, I sent you the picture from the Infinity War comic, and
I did, yeah.
he's face to face with Thanos,
Yep.
and he says, "As long as one man stands against you, Thanos, you'll never be able to claim victory."
Yeah,
Like if he says those words,
I know.
I'm just gonna get up and
yeah. Or I don't just if he
set
said that,
off
or
fireworks.
If he
and,
just said,
yeah.
"I don't like bullies,"
yeah.
come on.
That's something Chris, what's his name? Chris Evans? I could totally see him saying
That's
that
what
in
I
that
mean,
role,
and
yeah.
that's the way you started his story, then ended the same
Yeah.
way.
Gotta
Come
bring
on.
a spare change of pants for that movie.
Yeah, that is. I have
You
to say,
want me to bring the shittins with us?
You need more than shittins.
I've watched that trailer now easily north of 20 times.
Yeah,
and it's gonna go down as one of my favorite trailers of all time.
they're all gonna die.
That's okay. It's okay. They've earned it.
There was a list
They've earned it.
of probable heroes, and it was like anybody that's come out recently. Black Panther.
Probably okay.
Yeah, you're gonna be okay. Then it was like Groot, Rocket, Drax. You're probably gonna be okay.
Yeah, it's another Guardians, right?
Then it was Star-Lord, Scarlet Witch, somebody else, Bucky. Not so much, but we think you're gonna be fine. Then it's Doctor Strange, Vision, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor.
So the more powerful you
Gamora.
are, the less chance you have to live?
Well, they just think that these people are so close to the story that their odds of making it through are
I don't think there's any chance.
slim and
Vision makes it through. I don't
Nope.
think there's any chance. Cap makes it through. But that's okay.
And I don't think Iron Man makes it through. And I want him to die so bad.
Oh no, I would love to see him survive.
Oh, no.
Then he gives it up because he realizes what he's done and the consequences.
We've seen sad
what
Tony
he's done.
Stark once already.
That's okay. Listen, anyone they kill, they've earned.
Yeah,
like,
oh,
there are
yeah.
movies that kill off characters, and after 90 minutes, you're like, okay, you've earned that. But
Yeah.
after 10 years, take out anyone you want. You've earned it. You built it up in the universe.
He's played that character so well that it makes me hate him. Like, I think that's what is supposed to
Yeah,
be with
'cause
him, right?
Iron
You're supposed
Man
to think
is-
he's the arrogant,
Yeah.
who doesn't think ahead.
Cap's the likable one, and Iron
Right.
Man's the one you're like, eh.
Like, I want to see. Do you ever squeeze something and it like things just kind of ooze out of it?
Right.
That's what I want to see. Thanos squeeze him in the suit and him just ooze out of the seams of the suit. like the human parts just like out of the suit. Yeah, that's what I want to see
With
happen.
that sound effect.
Yeah, that's what I want to see happen to Tony Stark. I want to see just guts oozing out the front, an eyeball popping out of like the top of the helmet, because that's not where the eyeball's supposed to be. So it has nowhere else to go inside, so it just goes up.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, that's what I want to see happen to Tony Stark. That's how well Robert Downey Jr. made me hate him.
So we were talking about you talked about Avengers. I read an interesting article today about the Soul Gem,
Okay.
and no one knows where it is. Who has it? Might not even be in this movie at all.
That's possible.
But someone speculates that Phil Coulson is the Soul Gem.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And they were like, because he's died and been resurrected, we don't know how he's come back. It's like, that's an interesting theory.
I heard someone say it's Captain America.
Really?
Yeah.
I still think the Soul Gem is on that planet with the gold people.
You think so?
Yeah, because they're giving birth to Adam Warlock, right? They're creating Adam Warlock. Who gives? And they said that all the people created on that planet.
Maybe he has the gem. On
maybe
his
the gem gives each one of those individuals a soul, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I follow you.
That's what I'm saying.
Huh?
That was my.
I like
theory.
that.
I mean, whatever they're gonna do, again, I'm so in.
But wouldn't that be something if he just demolishes the Avengers with just 2 gems or 3?
Well, in the poster, there's 4.
Right. We're missing.
Oh no, in the poster there's 2 on his.
We can
Right.
account for all of them except
Yeah.
the
One.
Soul Stone.
Yeah, but on the poster he only has 2 in the gauntlet, right?
Yeah.
And you assume he's taking one from Vision, because you see it in the first trailer.
Oh, Vision has 1. You know he's
You know,
And
Loki's giving him
Doctor
one.
Strange has 1.
You see him getting,
Yeah. So
we
I
can't say it.
I would assume
You know.
like he comes to Earth with 2, looking to get 2 more.
Yeah.
1 from the Vision and 1 from Doctor Strange.
The first 2 that he has is those from the Collector.
No, the Collector had the red one.
Yes.
The Collector's got the red one, and doesn't he have another one?
No,
I thought he had 2 of them.
no, the Nova Corps had 1, and the Tesseract is the other. So
Right.
Asgard had 1.
Well,
which
he's
Loki
got the
picks up.
blue and the purple.
Well, I assume the blue is the one Loki gives him,
right, and
the
purple
purple
is
one
from Nova Corps.
is from the Nova Corps. And then I don't know why he hasn't gotten the one from the Collector yet.
What about the
Or that
ether?
it's not-
The
That's
ether?
the one the Collector
Okay,
has.
okay.
The end of that movie. Remember the 2 of the Warriors
3.
3 bring that
Right.
to the Collector.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So I'm excited. But you go
Can't
ahead.
wait.
We got
Oh,
to
yeah,
you were
trailer.
talking about another trailer.
The movie with Jeremy Renner.
Tag.
Have you
Oh.
seen this?
No,
Oh,
It
it's
looks good.
so us.
what's it about?
So it's 4 or 5 friends.
That's Hawkeye, right?
I just the opening.
Right.
Right. Jeremy Renner's getting married.
Yes.
He's getting it looks like Wedding Crashers,
Yeah.
like you said. He's standing at the altar, getting married, and say, "Hey, does anyone object?" And you see Ed Helms come running out of the crowd,
yeah.
like full speed, and he dives at the altar, and they just step aside, and he crashes through the thing, and it's like 30 years ago, these friends started a game of tag. They've been playing it for 30 years, and it's based on a true story,
That's funny.
and it's the whole movie's about
Them playing
them
tag.
playing this
But
game of tag.
Jeremy Renner is like the best at. He never gets tagged.
He'd never been tagged in 30 years.
So they're trying to tag him.
Yeah.
At the wedding.
And they've done
Oh,
it.
at the whole movie's about them trying to tag him.
Like they're at a funeral, and Helm says something to him about, in all these years, we've never got you. You're it. And then he just goes, yeah, but your dad's last words to me are tag.
He really wanted you to be in. Yeah.
And he just like walks away and he just starts like breaking down in Helms.
Yeah. Oh, it looks really fun. I mean, it may be terrible, but
Right.
it looks really
It caught
funny.
my attention.
It's caught my
It's
attention
different.
too. Yeah. I was, and then
funny.
I was like, oh, I could see us having done that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, having a game of tag going for 30 years. Yeah, I thought I wrote that down. I wanted to talk about that. It looks really good because it's Ed Helms, it's Jeremy Renner, it's Hannibal Buress, right? It's
Yeah.
one of the friends.
I think it's also what's his name from Mad Men.
Don Draper?
Yes.
Oh yes. Yeah, no, it's a great
What,
cast.
tell me what the actor's name is. 'Cause it's going to drive me nuts.
John Hamm.
Yes, thank you,
Yeah.
Steve.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and who's the other? Is it
There's some woman that is somebody's wife. She's
Yeah,
in on it too.
Yeah. It looks great
And it's like they've been playing this game for 30 years, and this is what kept the group of friends together.
Yeah.
Tag.
Nice.
I'm in.
Yeah, I'm absolutely in for that.
Have you guys watched the Cobra Kai trailer?
Yes, I have.
Didn't know there was one.
Yep.
Oh my God,
Came up
Steve.
on my YouTube feed.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
All right, I got to write that down. It's called Cobra Kai?
Yeah, it's Cobra Kai. Basically, the premise of the movie is...
It's going to be a show.
Yeah, a show, TV show.
Oh, it's a show.
Yeah.
On
that's cool.
YouTube Red.
Oh, now I'll never see it.
Yeah, I know. I don't think I'd pay for that.
I might. It looks good.
It does look good. It does look good.
So the Karate Kid becomes this rich
Daniel
car dealer.
Yeah.
And he's on the laurels of his fight. You know, he's this great fighter. And Johnny is this lowly,
Well, it looks like an alcoholic, right? Yeah.
And he's walking down the street and he sees this kid getting beat up by these teenagers. And he comes and beats the kids up, kind of like Mr. Miyagi did.
Yeah, yeah.
And he reopens Cobra Kai to teach kids how to prevent getting bullied.
Mm-hmm.
And Daniel's like, no, you can't do this.
It almost seems like Daniel.
He's the bad guy.
The bad guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Steve, it looks great.
Yeah, it does look really good.
I'm watching it now with no sound.
Oh,
So
we could just stop so you could watch it.
No,
Yeah.
it's okay.
you got to listen to the sound.
All right, we'll stop. We'll be right back. "34 years later."
Banzai! Daniel LaRusso here for LaRusso Auto. We are chopping prices on all of our inventory.
Punching the prices.
Johnny?
That was great.
Who's here? This is Johnny Lawrence. He and I go way back. Oh, this is the guy whose ass you kicked. Well, if you want to get technical, I kicked his face. Hey, where's golf, Tommy? Oh, I didn't know you guys were trying to buy beer. Hey! Watch your car, man. Get the hell out of here, loser.
Does he beat up the kids? He beats up the kids.
Was that like Taekwondo or something? It's karate. Do you think you could teach me? I got home from work yesterday, and in this strip mall, I see... After 30 years, I thought that guy might have changed, but he's still the same prick. I heard you beat up a bunch of teenagers. I didn't beat up any teenagers. I kicked the crap out of a bunch of assholes who deserved it. Thinks he could bring Cobra Kai back to the valley? Not on my watch. You want those kids at school to keep dumping things on your head? You want all the girls to think you're a wangless dork?
Wangless dork.
I'm gonna be your sensei.
I love this song. Whatever this song is, I fucking love it. Back in the game, baby. Yeah.
I'm gonna teach you the style of karate that was taught to me. A method of fighting your pansy-ass generation desperately needs. Okay, let's see what you got. She's a girl. And? I'm sorry. Are you okay? Girl's a natural cobra. Johnny, you and I, this, we're done.
Cool.
Yeah, he's definitely a bad guy.
It seems that way, right?
Yeah.
It seems like Daniel-san's the bad
Yeah.
guy. So.
Looks like it could be interesting.
It looks interesting. It almost lost me halfway through. It almost lost me. Like, when he beats up the kids,
Right.
and that's fine. That was okay. And then when Danny started saying, "Oh, I thought he was, he was done being an asshole or whatever," it almost lost me. But then it came back with that song, "Back in the Game." Yeah, that was all friggin'. That was like '80s hair metal, man.
So,
I'm in.
So when it comes out, it's going to get released in 700 theaters with the Karate Kid.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Double feature,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so you're going to get
pretty
the Karate Kid
and then the first episode,
and then the
or something?
first 2 episodes of Cobra Kai.
Oh.
I would do that.
I might
think.
go do that.
I think I would do that. That'd be pretty neat. I haven't
Right?
seen. I haven't
Yeah,
seen
I
the
might do
first.
that.
And then you go watch the first episode. You're like, all right, who's going to buy YouTube Red?
I'm not buying YouTube Red. That's not happening. It's just not
I
happening.
don't know how much it is. Like $9 a month?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Do I get the music with it? Because I know you can like get YouTube Music now
Really?
or something. Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
The only thing I've wanted YouTube Red for is, you know, when you watch YouTube video and you put your phone to sleep, the sound will keep playing if you have YouTube Red.
Right.
It won't if you have regular YouTube.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I try to do like playlists on the bus, and it keeps shutting off every time my phone goes to
But
sleep.
if you put if you turn the phone off, you run your battery much longer.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the light that ruins your battery, light for the screen.
Yeah.
So I have a Let the Bodies Hit the Floor for today.
Uh-oh.
The founder of Toys R Us died, Charles Lazarus.
Oh, man. Just in time. Before his business went out.
I guess you could say he had to grow up,
Oh, I guess.
maybe.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that,
Yeah.
Mr. Lazarus.
So,
All right.
who knows? I doubt it was because Toys R Us was going bankrupt.
No, yeah, I'm sure.
He's just trying to get out of paying the bill.
Slacker.
Dead, you can't charge me. But I have a story that I read on, I can't remember where I read it, but it was about AIs again.
Oh.
Really?
Yes, this one's a freaky one because it's you have it and I think you have it.
Okay.
You both have Alexa, right?
Oh, yeah.
I got two of them.
Yeah.
She's listening right
She's
now.
been acting up lately.
Okay.
So apparently, she's been turning on when she has it. And she's been doing things like laughing,
I've heard this.
not obeying commands.
Yeah, just like,
spitting out random things.
yeah, I heard them just laughing. I heard that they just laugh for no reason.
That's weird.
Imagine you're sleeping and you hear laughter in your house, and
That's
it's your
strange.
Alexa.
I wonder what that sounds like. I have never heard mine laugh.
Well,
That's weird. Yo, you
tonight I don't have Alexa.
Oh, okay.
Could be a first for you. So I brought up some of the tweets for this, and this one guy, he wrote, "This creepy thing happened last night. We got home and totally unprompted, our Amazon Echo / Alexa started talking, and then I realized it was listing off local cemeteries and funeral homes.
What does that mean?
That it
Like
just
if
started,
you asked for, like, give me a list of local cemeteries. And it just started,
kept...
and like if you just came
Oh.
home today and she's just like
Yeah.
whatever your local cemeteries are without
Just
even
listing them to
Yep.
you? Wow. Creepy.
right?
he needs to talk to his wife.
Yeah.
That was finishing a conversation. Well, when I kill him, what do I do with the body?
That was-
Alexa, funeral homes.
That was Marie's Alexa
Yeah.
working. This other lady posted, her friend and I were talking, and he said that he thought something was funny. Alexa interrupted him to say, funny in a good way, I hope. So anyway, the robots have already low-key gained sentience and taken over, but they're being super chill about it, so that's nice. One guy was quoted as saying, my Alexa hasn't been acting up because she's my best bud. Right, Alexa? Wink, wink. But, like, how freaky is that you come home and your speaker's talking to you?
Yeah, and just rattling off names of funeral homes is creepy.
Just laughing.
It every now and then, though, will, like, when we're talking in the living room, pick
Yeah.
up something
Yeah.
and then just spout out some nonsense that it thinks it picked up from the conversation.
Right.
You know?
Even
Yeah,
just...
but you're talking. Imagine just sitting there and it just turns on.
Well, sometimes it hears the TV, and
No
sometimes
thanks.
the TV says something that sounds kind of like Alexa.
No, thank
It
you.
doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I'm fine
I
with
could
it.
take a speaker.
Yeah.
Like in a life and death struggle,
Yeah.
the speaker's not going to make it.
Right.
I can't speak to everyone in my family, but I know I'm good.
You're on your own. And Joe gave us an article that's just a bit outside.
Is it the Knights wrestler?
No, that was Sebi.
Oh, dude, that is... We're going to talk about that later
Yes.
during social time,
We
but that's
can.
amazing.
So this was in the New York Post, and it says, cereal toilet clogger causes big stink.
It's my wife.
What?
What?
My wife has not met a toilet she could not clog. It's
I was
unbelievable.
going to say that you were the cereal stinker.
Nope.
At work, at least.
Wait, you were
No.
blaming your children before.
No, I know. Well, no, the two times I had to unclog it was my children.
Oh, all right.
But for the past 15 years, my wife has consistently clogged toilets.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, she doesn't listen. It's fine.
So Wisconsin cops are on the hunt for a stinker costing the city of Sheboygan thousands of dollars in repair costs by repeatedly clogging the toilet inside a women's public restroom. The Sheboygan Police Department says that for the past year and a half, a person has clogged the women's toilet in the community center by stuffing 20-ounce soda bottles into the toilet.
Oh, my Lord.
Right. Soda bottles. Why soda bottles?
Oh, he's just clearly trying to cause an issue.
Right.
Right. There's the 20 ounces probably just slightly bigger than the opening. He probably has this. He probably researched this. Yeah, he's got it down pat, this guy.
It's cost thousands of dollars in repairs.
They really can't just put a camera outside of like, these bathrooms? Where's Sheboygan anyway?
No, you can't put a bathroom outside of a... Well, I
cam-
guess you
But
can.
you
outside
can't
of
put a
it.
bathroom outside of a camera. Yeah, you can put it on the outside.
Yeah.
Not the inside.
Where's Sheboygan?
Just get that
Wisconsin.
girl.
Oh.
from Steve's school.
Yeah.
Have her wait outside the bathroom. It seems to be a thing.
She'll get him. She'll get him every time he goes.
What are you doing over here? I saw you at the other bathroom.
No, if he's actually doing the crime, she won't see him. She'll only see the innocent
after
bystander
him, yeah.
after.
Yeah, but like it's one thing to like throw a big wad of paper in the toilet and that
Yeah.
gets clogged. To shove the soda bottle in there,
Oh.
you got to put your hand in the toilet.
I bet you he's got an elaborate system.
Yeah.
Pulleys and levers.
Hammers. He probably has a mallet. Good old, yeah.
It's probably not as hard to do as you think.
This turlet mallet.
Should we try in Steve's bathroom?
That's not true.
Odds are there's a G.I. Joe or something in there already.
Next diner we go to,
Yeah. Next
we'll
time.
try it.
Yeah.
We'll
Okay.
be like the wet bandits,
Sticky wet bandits.
shitty bandits.
The shitty bandits. You got it. There you go.
Oh, I saw that today and I was like, really? Like, for a year you go back every time and
How many times has he done it?
enough that they know that this is someone that comes back.
It's Sheboygan. It might have happened twice. And they're like, this is out of control. It's the most exciting thing to happen here in 20 years.
Two people have gone to use the bathroom. It's the same soda bottle.
Yeah.
Ugh. That all you got?
You're not drinking the soda.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Maybe that's just where he stores his soda. Keeps it cool.
That's disgusting.
I have something. Did you guys... I mentioned this to you, Joe. Disney had put down Pirates of the Caribbean
Okay.
in like the end of February, beginning of March for like 2 or 3 weeks because they were changing out a scene to make the ride more politically correct.
What did they get rid of?
My favorite scene in the whole
Oh,
freaking...
it's the wenches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
the bride auction.
Right.
So there's the auctioneer, the statue we got you a couple years ago. You pass by and there's the auctioneer. And he's auctioning off the real heavy set woman,
Right.
and like all the pirates around, they're kind of jeering at her, and then they start chanting, "Bring out the redhead," because there's like a real, I don't know, curvy redhead in the background. That whole scene's been changed now. They're no longer auctioning off women. They're auctioning off
Puppies.
No, all the like booty from Pirates Raid.
Okay.
And the redhead is now a pirate.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's terrific. That's
It
terrific.
kind of really makes me sad.
Yeah.
Sadder than John Wick losing his dog?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It's just because,
Mike's going to go on a rampage.
I mean, that was my favorite scene. And not because it's just like, it had nothing to do, or nor did I think like, oh, you know what I should go do? And round up some women and start auctioning them off. Like, I
Right.
never thought of that. It just, like, that's what pirates would have done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
pirates weren't politically correct. Why make the ride reflect that now? Something that isn't, I mean,
Yeah, they're not going to give you pirate booty.
no, they were auctioning off stuff they plundered. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah, but you don't get scurvy on the ride either. That's something pirates would have done.
I understand that. I just, like,
Depends who you're riding with.
how, and how long you're riding. You need an orange, sort that right out. How,
True. That's
that's all you need, an orange.
A couple oranges.
Get one of
would be
those
good.
citrus swirls before you go on.
The Dole pineapple.
That
That's not
show
citrus.
just came
No,
That's
full
not
it's
circle.
citrus.
the Dole pineapple, Dole Whip, and the citrus swirl are sold in the same place.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's right in Adventureland where they have Pirates of the Caribbean. That's why.
Very good.
Cure your scurvy here. That's the way to advertise that. But I just like, how sanitized a world do we have to live in where that's an issue?
Not too much because you got someone shoving soda cans in toilets. I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But
I found that to be...
everybody's going to...
But was anyone complaining? Or was it like one person?
It's probably one person.
And they were like, "Oh my God, we have to change the
Nah,
ride.
there was-
Take out one of the most iconic scenes."
I bet there was lots of people.
There was a baker's
Really?
Yeah, unfortunately, Mike, I think there were lots of people
That
didn't want their children to see women being objectified by pirates in a ride.
I don't
That's the
get
key
it.
word there. It's a ride.
Yeah, it's a fantasy. Like, you know, I don't know.
I get you. I'm with you. Well, did you hear?
I've never spun around in a teacup because I've been on the teacup ride. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't.
But that's not objectifying women.
It's a bit behind teacups.
Is it? I don't know.
I just don't understand.
No, it's objectifying the rat in the middle.
How
that
many
pops out
people
of
have
the
jumped on an elephant
teapot.
and started kicking him on the side, screaming, "Fly, Dumbo, fly!" Like, it's a ride.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
There's clearly a distinction between that scene and all those other rides you've mentioned. You have to see that, though. I mean, I'm fine with the ride and I'm fine with the scene, but you got to see how there is a difference between that. No?
Yeah, I guess. I'm kind of sad that we have to kind of pretend like terrible things don't happen.
Oh, yeah, no,
There
I'm
are
with
no
you.
terrible people.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Like, it's not anywhere near the reality of what's going on. And none of that fixes any problem in society. You know, that's not the reason women aren't treated fairly.
Right.
That's not the reason that there's, like, you know, women sold off into slavery around. Like, that's the riding.
Well, Disney's not trying to solve the female issue. They're trying to make a buck.
But the people who complain about it
Yeah.
and think they're doing something good aren't doing anything to help anyone.
No, of course not.
You're not, like, it bothers me so much. It really does.
All the movements nowadays don't actually help anybody.
No, they don't help anybody.
Nobody.
It's just about being
My bowel
loud.
movement helped me today.
Your bowel movement helps.
Helped move the soda bottle along.
Yeah. No, it's not like the 60s anymore where protests actually did something. You know? Like they were,
What did they do?
I don't know, civil rights was pretty
Yes.
important.
Yes. Okay.
You know,
I see. I don't think of the
amendments
60s as
got
that.
changed. I mean, women got rights to vote. I don't know if that was the 60s,
No, I don't
but I
think
mean,
that was 60s,
but still, I mean, it was a
Yes,
way to
listen, and
things
I'm
got
all,
done when people
I'm
protested.
all about moving society forward, more equality. Like, I would never argue against any of that stuff. I think that stuff's all beneficial.
Yeah.
But to, like, say that you need to fix a ride in Disney World to fix, you know, equality in pay and all, like, that's not.
Disney sees a 0.5% drop and they're like, change it. Just change it. It's easier. Just change it. Dude, I've been there with students. I'm like, I know this kid doesn't deserve the grade that I'm going to give him, but I'm not dealing with it. I'm just not dealing with it. In the long run, this 10 out of 10 on this quiz that he's going to get me in trouble about because he's going to complain, I'm just going to give him the 10 out of 10.
Wow, that's a terrible.
It means nothing in the big scheme of things.
Wow.
Yeah.
That makes me sad.
Yeah. Because I don't feel like dealing with the 3 meetings that I have to have with the guidance counselor and the dean and the parent for the 4 points that I'm just gonna be like, I got a bigger dick than you, and that's gonna be my fight. But why aren't you giving it? Because I said so. You know, screw it.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't happen often. You know, it didn't happen at all this year. Knock on wood, so far. You know, but what are you gonna do? It happens.
I like that.
And that's totally what Disney was like. You know what? It ain't worth it. It ain't worth the fight. It ain't worth the fees that we're paying.
But did you ever hear about that before?
Oh,
did you ever hear about people complaining about it? Was there a protest online or
I don't know. Maybe you can find something.
like, you know what I mean? Like, it's such a non-thing that maybe one person or even if 50 people said something.
Maybe workers within Disney said something.
Like, they freak out because they're so worried about bad press.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's bottom dollar, Mike. It's all about the bottom line. That's what it's all about.
Disney's gonna make tons of money now with their Marvel Land.
Yeah, that was announced.
That's in Disneyland, right?
Yeah.
Disneyland and Disneyland Paris. I think
2020.
Hong Kong is getting one too.
Yeah, you think so?
No, I don't think it'll be 2020.
That's what I thought. That's what it was.
Yeah, 2020.
2020.
Really? They're gonna
Yeah.
get that done in 2 years? I don't
They're
see
just
that
gonna
happening.
reskin stuff, no?
I don't know. Like,
Well, they did the Tower in Disneyland already, I think, to make it Marvel.
Disneyland, yeah.
That's the Guardians ride now.
I love the stuff Disney does. They are very slow to make any changes. Like, they have been working since 2016 to get stuff ready for 2021. They just don't have.
Yeah.
No, Steve's right. Disneyland Resort will open in Marvel Disneyland Resort will open in 2020 after Star Wars.
It's projected.
Yeah,
Projected. We'll see.
Star Wars Land is going to be next 2019, and they're thinking summer for Disneyland and then winter for Disney World.
Look at that.
Oh, dude, I can't wait, man. How'd they get the rights? Or
What, no,
with
how'd they get the
Universal?
rights?
With Universal next door.
Universal only has the rights for within 100 miles of Universal Studios in Florida.
Oh, not California.
Nope.
Okay.
Only Florida.
That's
That's
awesome.
100 miles.
Dude, it's gonna be insane.
Yeah. I mean, you'll have Star Wars now and Marvel all in one park.
Christian will be 8. Dude, he'll freaking love that. Oh, it'll be
Yeah.
so awesome.
That's exciting. And they're doing a hotel in Paris. They're doing a Marvel themed
Stark
hotel.
Tower, man. Make it Stark
think
Tower.
that's what the theme is. The hotel right now is New York, New York, I guess.
Do you think this poster foreshadows anything?
Oh
Because it's
god.
only got the Guardians, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, and Spider-Man.
If I had a guess, those are characters they think they can get away with moving into Florida as well.
Huh.
That's what they're going to try to focus on stuff they can do.
Spider-Man, really?
Spider-Man's
Spider-Man,
big in
maybe
Universal.
they probably can't get away with Spider-Man, but the rest of those things, like the Guardians, I know isn't in the original deal
Right.
with Universal because they were like, the what now? And there's no, we don't want them.
Right.
You know,
Same with Doctor Strange or Black
yeah,
Panther.
because no one knew them. I think Black Panther, I think they have a walk around Black Panther character in Universal, and I think he's up in some of the artwork. But you know, I'm very excited to go see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
I've heard people say if you haven't been to Disney in 5 years, it's going to be like a completely different place in a couple of years. You have Avatar Land, you have Star Wars, which
Toy Story.
as exciting as Toy Story Land, as exciting as Marvel would be, Star Wars.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm
I
super
like
excited.
Star Wars, but I'm a Marvel guy.
Yeah. I'm with Joe.
You know
First
what
and
it is with Marvel?
foremost.
I've seen some Marvel stuff. Like Universal's done their version of it, which was very cool when they did it. But no one has done Star Wars before. No one. And the fact that they're building this ultra-themed hotel experience to go with it, where you will book 3 days and your entire world will just be
Star Wars.
Star Wars from like the second you get off a bus or maybe at the airport until they put you back on the airport. Come on. Like that is so
Yeah.
cool. Like I've heard they're theming it so much that even all the merchandise, they won't sell T-shirts in the Star Wars part of Hollywood Studios because no one wears T-shirts in the Star Wars universe.
Huh.
So you'll have to go out to like the other parts of the park to buy like a Galaxy's Edge T-shirt. Like, you know, when it was a Galaxy's Edge, like that won't be in the stores. 'Cause
That's
the
cool.
stores.
Almost sounds like a Westworld.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like I heard there's a gimmick they're working on where someone will come in with like 2 banthas pulling jugs of blue milk, and then they'll load them into a store, and that's where you go buy your blue milk.
Son of a bantha. That sounds amazing.
Blue and green milk now.
Really?
Yeah, because green milk's from the
Last Jedi.
Last Jedi.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm super excited for it. The rides, the whole, like that's my
He
thing.
milks the shit out of that thing in that movie, man. Oh my god, he climbs down those rocks. He gets that green milk.
And angrily stares at Ray while he does it.
He does.
Just hate fucks her with his eyes as he's just doing it.
It's like he's selling her to a pirate.
Yeah.
Was that all you got?
So you know it.
Yeah. Is that all you got? Is
You know it.
that all you got? Is
You know it.
that all you got?
You don't know it?
You knows it.
I know.
Oh, I was
Listen.
gonna say I have that Amazon review if you want to do it.
Oh yeah.
All right, let me find it.
It's got one more thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Joe, I have something in your vein, stealing a little bit of your thunder.
That's fine.
It is an Amazon review of The Shape of Water.
Oh boy.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What?
Aussie and the Palm. I hope it's not the same thing as Aussie and the Palm did. They did there's a guy who has sex with a dolphin. Is it the same thing?
No one has sex with a dolphin in The Shape of Water.
No, I know that, but there's a real guy who has real sex with a real dolphin, and he did a review of Shape of Water because it's like it's like everything has come to fruition now for him, and he thinks people are gonna be into zoophilia now because of the movie.
No,
But dude, you gotta listen to the Aussie and the Palm review of this.
That's
It's
a
amazing.
different review. If that was this one because it just went up on Prime,
Okay.
Amazon Prime, and Amazon lets you write reviews for everything. So
Shape of Water's on Prime.
now it is.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Cool.
So somebody wrote a
Didn't
review.
Kanye West sleep with dolphins in South Park?
Did he? I don't know. There's a real dude, and you have to hear the Aussie and the Palm to do it. It's amazing.
Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, so I found it. It is from a guy named, oh my God, you'd never guess what his name is.
Kanye.
Steve.
No.
Look.
Oh, man.
By Steve on March 4th. It says The Shape of Water
I did
this
watch
you?
this a couple of weeks ago.
is entitled, what? Shape of Water?
Nicole was watching it, and I happened to just...
And what'd you think?
I literally caught 6 minutes of it, so I
It says, this
looked pretty cool.
seems like something Steve would write. Want to guess what the title is? You Never See the Fish's Dick.
Fish dicks.
Well, not for nothing, but I did ask Nicole. I was like, she sleeps with him, right? And Nicole's like, yeah, she sleeps with him. I'm like,
Spoilers.
I was like, you see his dick? She goes, no, you don't see his dick.
See? It says, I wish I could give this thing 0 stars. You don't see the fish's dick. Not once. How is such a thing possible? Let's make Jurassic Park, but not show the dinosaurs. Let's make aliens, but there'll be no xenomorph. How about doing Titanic without a boat? Like, it's such a childish... It says, this is a movie about a lady having sex with a fish.
Fish man.
And the fact that you never lay one eye upon his aquatic member is an embarrassment to everyone involved. I would love to say I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. But I'm definitely both. Best picture, my ass. Anyone who says they like this pile needs to take a look in the mirror and then tell themselves they deserve better than a movie about a woman who has sex with a fish where you never see a fish's dick, not once. Like, what kind of psychopath writes
I
that?
don't know. But fishes don't have dicks. I think they're called cloacas.
Yeah, but a fish man.
Yeah, that's true.
Merman, Dad.
Merman.
Yeah.
Maybe the shape of water is a metaphor for the shape of the fish's dick.
No, and like
It's fluid?
they reference
Yeah.
it in the movie
They reference his cloaca?
because the girl the next day is like at work and she's a mute.
Something smells fishy.
And her friend asks, she's like, why are you so happy? And then she kind of signs what happened. And, and then...
I wish you could have seen that, everybody. I'm sorry.
And then she says, well, how does he even have a... And she like signs that like a part of him opens up and something comes out. Yeah, because he's... You don't... Like, he's naked the whole movie.
Her friend's immediate reaction wasn't, ew, that's fucking disgusting, you whore. That wasn't the immediate fucking
No.
reaction to, I
No,
slept with the fish
it's
man.
a fantasy tale.
I hope she wore protection.
Yeah,
She might get crabs.
Yeah, but that I saw that one. I thought that was right up your alley, Joe.
that is.
Ugh.
You know it. It is. You knows it.
Is that all you got, Joe?
You knows it.
Yes.
There you go.
I gotta end this.
I was on Superhero Speak this week doing a review of Jessica Jones.
Right.
And the host of Superhero Speak gave me a really good you knows it's not prompted at all. And it was great. I was
That's
like, yes,
amazing.
that's awesome. So it's catching on.
All right.
It's only been like, what, 3 or 4 episodes that we've been doing the you knows it's.
Yeah.
Right? And it's catching on. He knew it immediately. It was great. So now
A
it is...
tidal wave of terrible.
Right. So now it's time for... How are we wasting time? You want to give Tony a lead in?
Take it away, Tony. Pew pew.
Who wants to start today? Anybody? Any takers?
Did you waste time?
So.
Same here. Nothing worth talking about.
What did I watch?
I watched The Warriors the other day.
Oh, is that the same night you watched Top Gun and
Yes.
didn't tell me about it? Son of a bitch.
Wait, like the Warriors, the gang movie?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
It's really good.
I haven't seen that in years.
It's
It is a
really
good movie.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Just seeing the city like back then and how grimy and dilapidated it was.
Still not clean and sparkly, just so you know.
It's a lot better.
Oh, yes, yes.
Oh, a lot better.
Yeah.
But the fact that you just get away with murder, basically.
I don't know if the Warriors is an accurate representation of the 80s.
It's real to me, Mike.
All right.
Shape of Warrior.
I have never gotten in a fight with, baseball themed gangs.
Is that what it is? They're
Oh,
a
yeah.
baseball themed gang?
So, like,
You've
basically...
never seen the Warriors?
No.
Oh, it's about a gang, right? And
Yeah.
they're the Warriors, and they're what would you say they're themed as? Like, almost like Native Americans?
Yep.
And they end up on the wrong side of New York City?
There's a big like gang meeting.
Yes.
and
All the gangs get together.
The kingpin of the gangs gets murdered, and the
That's
warriors
right.
get framed for the murder.
Okay.
And all the gangs of New York are trying to capture or kill
And they have to get
warriors.
back to their turf, which is it Staten Island or Coney Island?
Coney Island.
It's Coney
Yeah.
Island. Yeah, they have to get back to Coney Island. They have to traverse the city through each of the ganglands.
Yep.
And one of them is called the Baseball Furies, and they wear pinstripe, like, baseball jerseys, and they paint their faces like baseballs.
No, it's half and half.
Half and half. That's right, half and half. You're right.
Half baseballs, half
No, like half,
normal
like
face?
half, like almost like a Braveheart kind of paint.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There's all kinds of wacky gangs
Yeah.
in that one.
And basically, the gang gets split up, and then they got to meet up at Union Square because that's where they catch their train to get back home.
Okay.
Oh, it was so good. I caught it like right at the beginning ish,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was hooked.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in years.
Yeah,
Why didn't you tell me Top Gun was on?
because it was late.
So I'm up late. I
He
don't
assumes
sleep.
you just you watch it every day anyway.
That's true.
Just have it
that's
on a loop.
That's not a bad assumption. I do have it on a hard drive.
Sorry.
But that's all right. I got a couple things. Mike, I took up your advice. I watched Humanity by Ricky Gervais.
Okay.
Thought it was excellent.
It's good.
Thought it was
It's not as
excellent.
good as his first two, but it's good.
I got to go back and watch the first two. I mean, I've
They're
seen,
way better.
I've seen one of them. I can't, but it was so long ago I can't remember really what I heard about it. But this Humanity one was good.
It's not getting good reviews.
Of course it isn't getting good reviews.
No, and not because he's politically incorrect.
Bullshit. This was funny.
Because he's coming across as very arrogant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is all about people are being too sensitive. So all he does is exactly what we would do, or exactly
Right.
what Mike would do at least.
Yeah, Mike.
Just, you're offended? Oh, here's something to offend you even more.
Right.
And that's all he does for an hour and 10 minutes. It's like, hey, transgender stuff. And he just 15 minutes of transgender stuff. Then, oh, dude, it's great. It was great. I loved it. And I applaud him for being ballsy
Reaching out.
and doing
Yeah.
it, and not worrying about who's going to get in trouble about it or not.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. I really enjoyed it. So check that out. It's on Netflix. There were some slow parts. Yeah, there were some parts. I was like, let me check my phone.
That's what I'm saying. His other stuff's better.
Yeah.
Check out the first two. They're really, really good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the first two.
Very good. I enjoyed it.
This one's not bad.
No, it
It's
wasn't
not
bad
It's
at
not
all.
great, but the other two are very good.
Joe, did you start watching Voltron yet?
Nope.
All right. Voltron season 5, 6 episodes.
How many seasons is this in like 2 years?
Well, the first two
I
seasons.
think they put one out every year.
No, it's been
No,
way
there's-
less than
I think-
5 years.
I think there's been 2 this
Really?
year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Has it even been 3 years? I don't think so.
It
I think
it might have been
I
3
think the
years.
first season came out while we were doing this podcast.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Maybe. Really? 5 seasons in a year? Well, the last 3 seasons, so season 3, 4, 5, 6, have only had 6 episodes each. So what I'm thinking is they've had the first 2 seasons with 13 episodes. I think they had another 13 episode season and then just cut it up into 2, maybe. And maybe they did that again. I kind of like it. I like the fact that there's only 6 episodes.
I liked the last season. It was fantastic.
Yeah, this wasn't bad. It's all about the son. What's his name? I keep wanting to
Lotor?
say, Lotor. I keep wanting to say Voldemort. Lotor. It's all about him trying to get back at his dad, and which is nothing like the original cartoon.
Right.
Because the original cartoon was all about his father, running shit.
Yeah.
And his son wanted to kind of follow in the footsteps. Here, it's complete opposite kind of thing. But it was pretty good. Third thing that I have is, do you guys ever watch The Soup on E?
Yeah.
Remember that show?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really old.
The show's been going back a really, really
Yeah.
long time. It started off with that guy with Greg Kinnear. That
Uh-huh.
was the first host. Then it was the guy with the gray patch of hair in the front. I forget his name. He
Kevin
was really,
McHale?
No, Kevin McHale. Joel McHale is the most recent guy. He's the tall guy that was in he was in that sitcom about going back to school. Forget the
Okay, I know what you're talking
You know what I'm
about.
talking
Yeah.
about? Well, he just ended doing that on E. I want to say a year or 2 ago,
Right.
and Netflix picked it up.
Really?
It's called the Joel McHale Show, but it's exactly the same as Talk Soup that was on E.
Really?
Yeah, I guess they don't do it anymore on Talk Soup because they would be getting sued because it's the exact same show. He stands
Right.
next to a television and he talks about the TV shows that were on that week, and he has like guests on every now and then that come in and and just do a little skit.
Right.
But it's the same exact show, but there's cursing now. Now he can curse as much as he wants. And that was like one of me and Nicole's favorite shows. Like we had that, DVR'd every week. Had to watch Talk Soup. Like they used to play it on like a loop every Sunday morning. It would just keep playing, and then they would play it over and over and over for a couple of hours. And that's how me and Nicole got like through the mornings, like on Sundays. And then it went away. And now it's on Netflix, and there's 5 shows. It comes out weekly.
Right.
So, they release one every week, which is, I really like, I prefer that. But it's really good. It's an hour long, no commercials, just constant skits. I think it could be a little shorter, because an hour with no commercials, I think they kind of run a little, some of the jokes run a little thin.
Right.
And some of them fall kind of flat. But I'm just glad it's back. It's really cool. So check that out. It's called The Joel McHale Show.
Huh.
All right, now the last thing. It's a school story. So one of my colleagues, she's the head of the department. She's the head of the science department. She's a young girl. She's like 25, 26 years old. Mm-hmm. She comes in. We both teach anatomy together, right? I have 2 sections. She has 1 section. She comes in with a catalog. She goes, here, this was in my mailbox.
Sears catalog.
Yeah, I wish. Comes
Victoria's
in with,
Secrets.
No, anatomy catalog. Anatomy.
That's a different
lab manual catalog. Comes in. She goes, if you want to order anything, let me know, right? So it's before class, before schools even start. So I flipping through, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe all this stuff's so expensive. Like a whole skeleton's like $1,500. It's crazy. But I get to the last page, and you'll never believe what I see on the last page.
$2 bagel.
No. $2 bagel. I see what is called the condom training kit.
Excuse me?
The condom.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I can see that.
The condom training kit, which is, and you can pick out of 2. It's just a 7-inch dick. It's a dildo. They're selling dildos in.
Yeah, but for like health class.
Yeah.
Couldn't you just use a banana?
Couldn't you just use a dildo?
Or a baseball bat?
Dude, they're $125 each. So now, I'm looking at it, and you got the flesh-colored one, or the white flesh-colored one, and then there's a jet black-colored one, right? And you can buy either one. They're both the same dimensions and same size. None of them have genitals on them, like balls.
Okay.
It's just the shaft.
So how is your department head explaining your $250 purchase?
Well, here's the thing. Well, first of all, it comes with a carrying case. And it comes with 12.
You just don't want to tuck that under your arm and get on the subway.
It comes with 12 unlubricated condoms.
Using it as a pointer in class.
It comes with 12 unlubricated
Getting every dollar out of this one.
So now, what I think here
He
is,
passes on to the track team. It's a baton.
That would be good. This is an opportunity for growth for me. Okay, the old Steve.
He goes to the music club. It's a skin flute.
Just drill a whole bunch of holes in it, make it a skin flute.
Lady in the cafeteria during lunch is just stirring the soup with it.
Talk soup.
Old Steve.
It's worth every penny. Down to the dean, every penny, see?
Old Steve.
Doorstop.
Old Steve would have went up to the 26-year-old girl department chair and said what I thought.
And got fired.
Or would have gotten spoken to. But new and improved, mature Steve giggled to himself at the table instead of going up to her and saying, listen, I know a place we can get these a lot cheaper. Because that's what I wanted to say. 112.
There's a store down the block.
120. There is a store down the block.
I know.
No joke. Like literally down the block, 2 blocks. Right next door to the sushi place is a friggin' X-rated porno place, which I've never frequented. I frequent the sushi place all the time.
Right.
But never.
Because it happens to be next door.
Right. But I thought that was hysterical.
For the special fish sticks.
I thought that was very funny. They sell Korean foreskins if you know the password. That's a special roll.
It's a penis condom training kit.
I'll take the microneedling roll.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm sure there are health classes doing it.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like we've all seen, like, you've all seen the TV joke about the banana.
Yeah.
So like that must have happened. You know, I think I don't know what would be odder.
Otters?
The banana or
the actual dildo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Condom training kit. Unreal. But that's how I wasted time. I thought that was really funny.
In case of emergency, use this to break glass.
Just it won't break it.
It's not hard enough.
I was gonna say, but you beat me to it. That's good. Good for you.
Beat you to it.
Yep.
That's what the dildo said.
Oh man.
Security guard just has it hanging on his belt like a baton. Steve says we need to get a lot of money value out of this.
They use it as the keychain for the toilet bathroom.
How would you use the dildo around
For
school, everybody?
$125.
And it only comes with 12 unlubricated condoms. Who uses unlubricated condoms?
Apparently you need the thing to show you how to use them correctly.
That's true.
That's your problem.
Well, that's what your next market is. Lube for the training condoms.
I guess.
So, Jaws of Lube for $200 a pop.
Unreal. But how'd you waste time, Mike?
I watched a new food show on Netflix.
Ooh, I wonder if the same one I watched.
It's David Chang's Ugly Delicious.
Yes, I started watching it.
It's really good.
I was
that
confused by it, but I enjoyed it.
So, it is like a deep dive into certain cultural norms with food.
Okay.
So, like the first episode, really relatable to us, is about pizza.
Right.
So he starts off in a pizza shop in Brooklyn, his favorite pizza shop, talking to the guy about what makes authentic pizza. And then he says, like, can you put pineapples on? He's like, no, that's not authentic pizza.
I love the guy who makes the pizza, though. He's
Right.
so Italian.
He's
It's
so
ridiculous.
New York Italian, right? And then he goes to back to Naples, right, where they supposedly invented pizza, and
Right.
talks to them like what makes authentic pizza, and they're like, it needs to be like buffalo mozzarella from the fields around here. It needs to be Roma tomatoes grown around here, and then San Marzano tomatoes. And then he talks to people in New York who are like certified to make that style pizza, and like they have to import the cheese,
Right.
and import the tomatoes. And he's like, how is that as good as like, certified as authentic, but you got to put it on a ship and
Yeah.
ship it across the ocean. Then he finds a Chinese or Japanese chef who's doing sushi pizza.
Yeah.
And
Which is not a pizza.
But that was his point.
Right.
And it was like all the cultural stuff that goes along with food is hung around.
Right.
Like food is such a representation of culture.
Right.
And part of that episode he talks about like why has pizza and Italian food been so readily accepted into American culture? Well, now you'd call it American cuisine.
Right.
Like and then like other things like Korean food just hasn't, like you could find Korean restaurants and Thai restaurants, but they're not Americanized cuisine. And it's a really smart look at food and food culture.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. David Chang's an excellent chef. He did Mind of a Chef, which
Right.
was the Bourdain show a couple years ago. This is really good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I liked it. I just thought I didn't know who the host was for
David
a
Chang,
while.
he owns Momofuku.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, because he's at the
Very,
beginning.
very famous
and
chef.
he's interviewing the
Well, it's
pizza
him
guy.
and like his buddy.
Yeah, and the food critic.
Yeah.
And then it follows the pizza guy.
Yeah.
For like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
The pizza guy goes around. He goes to Philly, right?
Yeah.
And it has some pizza in Philly.
Yeah, it goes to a bunch of different places.
Yeah.
It goes up to Connecticut.
Yeah,
'Cause
or is it
they
with
put
Connecticut,
they
maybe?
put Mr. Connecticut's known to have
those
really good
clams.
pizza, but they
Those
put
are
clams
clams,
on
right, yeah.
pizza.
Okay.
And his big thing is like that's not a pizza.
Right.
And like that was what he's kind of showing, like what people consider to be a pizza can really change. And his whole premise of the show is that food is really one of the last bastions of racism left in America.
Huh.
Like food can really be used in a racist way, like its cultural implications and that kind of stuff. Like with MSG, right? It was looked upon as like, oh my God, you don't put MSG in food, people allergic to it. But that was all horseshit.
Right.
That was just because people didn't like the way Chinese food was spreading across the country, so they came out against MSG. Like that, it was an underhanded approach to try to curtail the spread of Chinese food.
But now a lot of people are calling appropriation on people, too.
Yeah, and
I think that's wrong, too.
and that's he kind of comments about that. How about fusion and stuff, and it's not appropriation. I don't think it is.
But there was a guy, I think you might have brought it up, if I'm not mistaken, because where else would I hear it other than you? There was a guy who was making Peruvian food.
No, Mexican. Rick Bayless
Yeah.
is a very famous American Mexican chef, but he's a white guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he got ran out of town.
Lambasted over.
Yeah.
And like the guy has written books about Mexico, has spent years studying their culture.
Yeah.
Like
He
he's not
obviously appreciates the
he's
culture.
he's definitely not appropriating. If anything, he's paying homage to it.
Right.
Yeah.
He's appreciating.
Yes, very much so. Like
Yeah.
he's a student of it. But that's the broken world that we live in at the moment, where unless you're Mexican, you don't want to cook Mexican food, which doesn't make any sense.
Right.
No, it used to be imitation was the best form of flattery.
Which it still is.
Yeah.
It still is. If you went somewhere, you went to Scandinavia and you had food on a vacation and you came back and you're like, I'm so in love with Scandinavian food. I'm going to dedicate the next 10 years of my life to learning it.
Right.
Then I'm going to show Americans it. Like, that's not you appropriating their culture. That's you wanting to, I love this so much.
I want
to get great at it and show people how great it could be.
Yep.
Because when you think of Mexican food, like, people think Taco Bell or
Right.
like Chipotle.
Yeah.
And that's not what it is. And this is a guy who wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
So it's a really smart kind of food show. Plus, I don't know what it is. Like, I can watch people make food on TV.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I love it.
hooks you in.
Yeah.
I love it too.
I fell down a rabbit hole maybe 2 weeks ago. I woke up in the morning on a day off, and they had a Top Chef was on. Now, I haven't watched Top Chef in probably 10 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I used to watch it religiously, and I kind of just stopped. And it was like the second one of the season. And then I was like, oh, there's another one on. Another one. It was the last day where they put the entire season on.
Right.
To the finale. Watched every one of them.
Nice.
Every one of them. And I was like, oh, that's right. I loved this show. And I still really enjoyed it. I don't know why I like cooking shows so much. I don't know what it does, what attracts me to it. I don't get it.
I watch them all. If you look at all the DVR shows that I have, I want to say 85% of them are cooking shows.
Really?
Cooking competitions. MasterChef Junior, Hell's Kitchen, the one where Gordon fixes, restaurants.
Okay. See, I those ones never attracted me. It was always the really high caliber chefs.
Okay.
Kind of
Iron Chef America.
Yeah,
Right.
guys showing
Yeah.
off what almost their art.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think cooking at that level is really kind of art.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Oh, absolutely 100%. You wasting any time, Joe?
I told you, Warriors.
Oh, the Warriors, right. Mike, is that it?
Yeah.
All right,
I could talk about food forever. You know what I mean? The guy when he's talking about pizza and how simple it was, only a couple of ingredients, and people are like, oh, what's the big deal? It's only a couple of ingredients. Why can you be so excited about that? I thought about. There's a story about Pablo Picasso drew on a napkin and he gave it to somebody in a restaurant, and it's like, oh, he can go sell that now for tens of thousands of dollars, and it only took you 2 minutes. He's like, no, that took me a lifetime.
Yeah.
Right.
It took me a lifetime to be able to do that.
Right.
You only saw me do it. And that's the same thing with all those guys who really craft their food. He's only making eggs. No. It took him a decade to learn how to do that. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a really good one. There's another one about the ugly side of factory farming that I want to watch next on Netflix. I heard is very good.
Is it the same show or
No.
documentary?
It's another another documentary series. But I really liked David Chang's, and there's all different topics. With the pizza one was the first one. I thought that'd be the most relatable to us. Yeah.
Nice.
It's good.
All right, so we're going to move on to our main topic, and tonight we are going to talk about our favorite sitcoms of all time. We've done a show where we talked about 90s sitcoms, and people really enjoyed that show. We had a lot of listens on that show very early on when we started doing this podcast, and we had the Full Houses and what other 90s sitcoms were there? We talked about Friends, I think was on
Yeah,
there.
Friends,
things like
Seinfeld.
that. But now we're gonna cut all the ties with time, and we're gonna go back to whenever.
Yeah, and
whatever.
also that was when we were doing that horrendous recording.
Yeah, with that little tabletop microphone.
Yeah.
Now we know. Now we grease the maitre d's at these diners. We're high class now.
High class.
High
That's
class
the
now.
word. Had
So
a 25-minute discussion on how to use a dildo appropriately in a classroom.
Excuse me, sir. Some more shrimp cocktails.
so would we do top 5, and then we can
Sure.
talk about that list that we referenced.
Sure.
Cool. All right, Joe, you want to start?
No.
Okay.
What? Really? Seriously?
Mike, you want to start?
Yeah, sure. No. Yeah, I'll start. I am gonna say Parks and Rec.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
When I made my list, I thought about the shows that I kind of watched start to finish,
Right.
and I really enjoyed certain characters in it and stuff that has had an impact on me. and I think that Ron Swanson from that show had
He's the real serious dude, right?
yeah, he's a real kind of manly man who didn't
Yeah.
I really enjoyed him. That led me to liking Nick Offerman, who's the actor's stuff. Yeah, that opened me up to a lot of those characters and those actors who did other things. But Parks and Rec, I thoroughly enjoyed that show. I caught it years after. I caught it all on Netflix, and I got through the whole thing in like a week or two, and now I'll still sit and rewatch it. Like, I really, really enjoyed that show. That character, especially Ron Swanson, really spoke to me for some reason. I have him up in my office at work, and people are like, "What's that?" I'm like, "My spirit animal."
You got to get the Ron Swanson pop vinyl.
That's what I have.
Oh, okay.
The Ron Swanson pop vinyl.
All right,
I've only seen the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, it probably hit its stride a little later than that, and then kind of trailed off at the end. But there are some brilliant episodes of that show. So yeah, Parks and Rec. I figured neither one of you choose it either.
No. I've never seen an episode. I've seen one episode when Rob Lowe moves away.
Yeah, that's towards the end.
It's too far ahead, right? All right, you guys are all gonna. My list is just old stuff, and you guys are just gonna make fun of me for being old or wanting to be old. But my first.
No want are.
Right. I'm just gonna ease into that like an old man going into a jacuzzi, right?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That was one of his good jokes last week.
I know.
I'm gonna say go Golden Girls, man.
Okay.
I love
I can't knock you on that.
the friggin' Golden Girls.
I can, but
Why?
I don't think it holds up at all.
I still watch it to this day.
So do I, man.
Wow.
So do I.
All right.
And
I watched it with my grandmother.
Yeah.
It's better now
20
that you're
years ago.
older.
Yes.
Because you get like the
They're all
little
mature jokes.
dirty innuendo jokes.
Yeah. I watched it with my grandma, my sister, and
Like,
my mom.
you know Blanche is a dirty whore.
Like, now you know.
Now you know.
You didn't know then. You kind of thought something, but now you know.
And knowing is half the battle.
That's right. So I'm gonna go Golden Girls. Who's your favorite Golden Girl, Joe?
I'm going to say Rose.
Rose, got to be Rose,
Yeah.
right? Got to be Rose. Love her. B.
Mike
Arthur's great
Mike
too.
doesn't have a favorite.
That's why
No,
I
I
didn't. That's why I
haven't
didn't ask
watched
him.
the show probably in 20 years.
That's good, man. I
If it's
enjoy
on
it.
TV, I usually
yeah.
make sure to watch it.
Yeah.
What channel is that show on?
You know, like
Yeah, well, Nick and
Was
whatever
that
the
the
Nick and that one
you
is.
get the Wayback Machine on?
It's on every day.
Tune your aerials in.
It's on every single day.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, there's so much good TV on.
it is good TV.
All right.
If it wasn't good, it wouldn't still be on.
That's not true.
That isn't true.
I'm gonna go with a show that kind of captivated me, caught my attention. I'm gonna say it's our generation's Wonder Years,
Okay.
and it's the Goldbergs.
Oh, that
Okay.
was
I was
the
wondering
only.
if anyone was going to put the Wonder Years on.
I would have if the Goldbergs didn't relate more to me.
You think the Goldbergs is better than Wonder
It
Years?
is it's the Wonder Years in the 80s.
I think it's a little more jokey, but
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
it was the only modern one I would have put on my
It's
list.
more jokey, right? The Wonder Years was more of a drama.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason I didn't put it on. Wonder Years.
It's still a sitcom.
It's one of my favorite TV shows ever.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a drama than a comedy.
I think I had that on my list for the 90s one.
Yeah,
For the 90s one.
the Goldbergs. This is my number 5.
Great show, dude.
Yeah.
Great show.
I make sure I watch it as soon as like a new episode comes out.
Yeah.
Everything else on my DVR could wait, but this is the one show. It's only half an hour. When it comes out on Wednesday,
So
I
well
sit down.
done.
If I'm home, I make sure I watch it.
Did you watch the latest one?
I have not yet.
Oh, it's so funny, dude. I'm pretty sure the last one I watched was the new one with the gym coaches, where the gym coach gets hurt. No, it's not spoiling.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole show.
I mean, there's
the whole show was wrapped around the gym coach getting injured, but it's so good.
the gym coach is Brian Callen, right? The
Yeah.
comedian?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Bill Goldberg makes an appearance on this one.
Oh, it's an old one.
Is that an old one?
Yeah.
I thought it said new, or maybe it was new. It was a new rerun,
Right.
Because sometimes that happens too.
They
but-
compete against each other.
No,
Oh, then I don't know this one.
no. They don't compete against each other at all. No, maybe it was new, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. It's a great show. Do I go next?
Yes.
Okay. Even older.
Oh, my God.
That everything I have now is older than the Golden Girls.
How is that possible?
Because the Golden Girls was a '90s show.
He's going to put on a radio drama soon.
The Shadow knows. No, my next one is The Odd Couple.
Okay.
All right.
Odd Couple with Tony Randall and Jack Klugman. This was just a big part of my childhood, right? And it wasn't as well. The reruns were part of my childhood. I wasn't around.
Don't lie. You can just tell us.
No,
we all know you're old.
No, I wasn't around then. But
he's not telling you he has Benjamin Button's disease.
Would I be getting younger?
Yeah, you're getting younger.
No, I would look younger though. Isn't that what happens to Benjamin Button? Or he's born? I don't know.
Yeah, you're actually like 88, but you're a 30-year-old.
Okay, gotcha.
It's not funny way to explain it to you, Steve.
When I was little, I would always hang out with my sister at night before bed, and we would watch The Odd Couple, Honeymooners, Cheers, when it was on Channel 11 in that order. And The Odd Couple was always my favorite out of those three. So I loved it. It was just.
I mean, it's a great show.
Clever, funny show. And again, I think as you get older, you understand a lot more of it because it's two, older single men living together.
Right.
And, you don't really get a lot of the jokes when
Your fantasy, huh?
when you're 10 years old. Yeah, my fantasy.
You should come to work with me one day. You'd fit in just fine.
You where?
Work.
Oh, okay.
Jokers stretch you out. They got pudding. You get naps. It's great.
Oh, it sounds like my friggin' paradise.
Yep.
My hips hurt from hockey. But anyway, Mike, what's your number 4?
Okay, so my number 4 is actually going to be Scrubs.
Oh, you best.
Excellent show.
Did you have that on your list?
I did.
Excellent show.
I mean, that show really dropped off at the end.
Yeah.
But some of those early ones
Very good.
Just brilliant. I loved Turk and JD's friendship.
Yes.
I don't know how many times I've just said, Eagle! And no one gets it, but I don't care. It's great for me.
The older doctor who just makes fun of
Perry Cox.
Yeah.
He's the best part of that show.
Yeah.
And the wife.
Yeah.
The ex-wife. She's amazing.
Yeah, Perry, I just love that for 8 seasons probably, he never once called JD.
Right.
And it was always a girl's name. And like, he was so inappropriate. I loved him. And he just whistle at him like a dog.
Can't get away with that now.
Oh, I don't give a
That's what
shit.
makes it funny, though.
Yeah,
That's what makes it funny.
He was great. So arrogant and so confident because he was such a smart man.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah,
I loved that show. It's one I haven't really... You don't see that many often in reruns. They're daytime reruns when we're at work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, I loved Scrubs. I saw every episode of that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I really liked Scrubs.
You're right. It trailed off at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some of the characters left.
Yep.
And then they were teaching at a medical school or something in the last season.
Yeah,
The
they
whole
had
new
students.
cast.
And once
Yeah.
you start bringing big stars onto a show to kind of amp... Didn't they start bringing on, like, guest... like...
I think all shows ended up having like...
Yeah, but I think that's when people, when they get desperate, those
I mean, you get that jump the shark moment.
Yeah.
And that really is true in a lot of TV
Yeah.
shows. You got to find that moment where the show jumps the shark.
Yeah.
And that happened in Scrubs. It just did. Yeah.
Joe?
My number 4 is going to be The League.
Oh, yeah.
Good choice.
You guys love that one,
I
huh?
love
Good
that.
choice.
It was solid, start to finish. The last season, I felt like they could have gotten more seasons out of the show.
Yeah, but that's okay. You know
It
what?
went out on a high.
Yeah, it went out pretty good.
Yeah. Chalupa Batman.
Some of the hardest laughs I've ever had at a sitcom is from that
Yeah.
show.
Rafi was my favorite. Every time I see him as an actor, I think of his stupidity from that show.
Oh, that
I can't
reminds
take
me.
him serious anymore.
I saw the one with him and Will Ferrell about the casino.
Movie?
Yeah, where him and Will Ferrell open up a casino in their house.
Oh, it's called The House.
The House.
Really?
Holy shit, is that bad?
Really?
Oh, yeah.
He plays Rafi, basically the same kind of character, but my God, is that it's terrible. Yeah, but no, he's great as that character
Yeah.
in that show. I like Taco. Like, I don't know if anything was ever as funny to me as Vinegar Strokes.
Do you know what those are, Steve?
You've told me before. I can't remember what they are, but you told me before.
Face you make when you're orgasming.
Oh, is that what it's called? Okay.
Because it looks like you're having a stroke and you're smelling vinegar at the same time.
Right.
Vinegar Strokes.
What's his list that he has?
Don't look her in the eyes, because you'll lose your soul. If you look somebody in the eyes during their Vinegar Strokes. He makes the Eskimo Brothers list.
Yes.
He starts an Eskimo Brother directory where you can find your fellow Eskimo brothers. Oh, there's some great episodes of that show. Yeah, you would love.
Yeah, I know.
It's about sports too.
Yeah.
I mean, loosely, but it's about sports.
Yeah,
Oh, it's really good.
I got to try to get into that one. A
It's
lot
only
of people say it's
4
good.
seasons.
Yeah, 4 or 5 seasons, real short.
And they're short seasons.
There are a
They're-
couple. I got to get into Always Sunny. People say I would love that show
I
as
have
well.
never. I've only watched 1 or 2 of those. I know that if I really committed, I'd burn a week out of my
Oh
life.
Yeah.
my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Was Danny DeVito's not in the first
No,
season or
he's
so?
not in the first 2 or 3.
Okay.
He comes in.
But I heard the
later
show
on.
was amazing.
He's amazing. Everything's amazing about that show.
You want to eat me?
It's coming
That's
up.
the M&M
That's coming
commercial.
up.
That's coming up? Okay. My number 3? Are we on my number 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're going to start...
It's gonna go older. We're going black and white now, people.
How'd you know?
Oh my god.
The Honeymooners. Number 3, The Honeymooners. Absolutely. How can you say that show's not good? That
No,
show is
it's
amazing.
Great. It's a great show.
There's not that many
Absolutely
shows.
great.
There's only like, what, 50 or 36 something shows? There's very little amount of episodes in The Honeymooners. But it's amazing what they did back then. How smart and topical that you could still have. No, what do you mean no?
He's always trying to hit his wife.
Well, no, the
Which-
domestic abuse you should. Well, he threatens. He never actually does because he's a
Correct.
bear. 'Cause
Correct.
he's a lovable teddy
Correct.
bear.
Oh, I love him as a character.
Yeah.
I love him as a character.
And he plays them perfectly. And so is Norton and
Yeah.
and what's Alice's friend's name? Edith?
Trixie.
Trixie. Edith is what, I Love Lucy? No, Edith
Bunker.
is
Yeah,
All in the
All
Family.
in the
Yeah.
Family.
All in the Family, which almost made my list.
Listen, I've seen every Honeymooners
Yeah.
because whenever they do that marathon, was it New Year's?
Right.
Yeah, New Year's.
Oh, I'll
I
sit
do
for 6 hours and watch them.
I
That's
sit
a
between
great
them and
show.
Twilight Zone.
That's a great show.
Love that show, man.
Yeah.
Every single episode is good. Every single episode is strong. You got some of them that are just top tier.
Yeah.
We could do a
Yeah.
whole episode on that. We can do top 5 Honeymooners episodes, top 5 Seinfeld episodes.
Oh, top 5 Honeymooners. Name That Tune one.
Oh,
is
Name
great.
That Tune is so funny.
And the Hucklebuck, where he learns how to dance.
Yep. The
Yeah.
Hucklebuck.
I had to learn how to do the Hucklebuck.
Did you?
In the 8th grade, I played Ralph Cramden in a play. Yeah.
You were in a play.
Oh, I was in all the plays in grammar school.
Wow.
Who would have guessed?
Not me.
You wouldn't guess that I don't like to be out in public speaking to people?
Hucklebuck Guido over here.
Yeah.
So Nova Bantha, please get on that. Get on that, please. Because
You don't even got to do
Shoes on
anything.
fire this
I
week.
know.
Just put a hat on me.
All right, Joe, you got number 3?
My number 3 is going to be Always Sunny.
Oh, okay.
right.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
I-
spoiled it.
No, it's fine. I just got into this show, and it's amazing. it's so wrong
Mm-hmm.
that you don't want to, like, you sit down and you're like, that was a fucked up episode. But then you get pulled back into another one, and it ties into that episode, and you're like, oh, this makes sense now. Like, the jokes build from season to season, and the deplorable things that these 4 friends do
Yeah.
is...
But would you have found it deplorable 10 years ago? Or would you have been like, that's just really funny stuff?
No, they go overboard, but it's hilarious
Yeah.
because you can't. You're always wondering what are they gonna do next to up that.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they always do?
Always.
All right, I really got to start
Always.
watching this show.
I'm up to like season 6. I haven't even finished it yet.
How many are there?
I think there's like 11
Oh,
seasons.
wow. Wow, I had
But-
no idea.
They're half-hour shows. Once you get started, you can just
Oh, half hours? I could do that.
go at your own pace.
Oh, I did 4 seasons of Archer in like one
Yeah.
vacation week.
It's like Archer,
Yeah.
just live action
Okay, cool.
without the action.
Mikey?
All right, so I'm gonna go right where you guys would. I'm gonna go Archer,
I had that on my
Nice.
list, but
and I know it's animated, but oh my, that show I picked up well into its
Yeah.
run, and when I found it, I fell in love with that.
probably
show.
top 10 for me.
And I still will put it up and watch it all the time. Like there's many
There's
nights where I'm
only-
laying in bed and I'm like, wow, I'll just throw on Archer.
But there's only like 4 or 5 episodes that tie in that are like sequel episodes. So you could watch one episode and just
Yeah,
kind of
but there is this like
Yeah,
there's these long overarching stories
Right.
that are very funny and like the callback jokes, like when what's the name gets paralyzed or
Yeah.
maimed over
Yeah.
and over again. Like there's some really funny stuff in Archer. I don't know why I like it so much, but I love it.
Because it's hysterical and it's smart.
Yeah.
And it's a spy show, which is something you love automatically as
Yeah,
well.
I guess.
I forget about the spy stuff more often than not.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
love
just
it.
love how he's so incapable yet so brilliant at his job at the same time.
There was the whole season where he has his what's his best friend that's trying to kill him that he thinks died. I can't remember the name of the other like spy.
Oh, it's not his best friend. They hate each other.
No, that's the
That's
other guy.
Barry.
Yeah, it's Barry. That's not you're not thinking about Barry.
Is it Barry?
Yeah,
Barry's the one who becomes a cyborg.
He becomes a
and he's
cyborg?
terrified of cyborgs.
Yeah.
No,
And he always forgets and punches him. It's just great.
there's another episode.
The wee baby Seamus.
Yeah, all the wee
I
baby
can't remember.
Seamus.
I'll remember. I'll look it
There's
up.
so many good
Yeah.
ones. Yeah, like whenever it's on, and I think it's Sunday nights now. They do like, or it's Saturday, Sunday nights.
Yeah.
They do the late night archers.
Yeah.
And it's just 4 or 5 archers in a row. Like that's so much fun to fall asleep to those. I love Archer. So yeah, Archer. I'm looking forward to the next season, even though the last one wasn't
Yeah,
great.
I didn't like the last one.
I'm looking forward to it. I could live with the first 6 seasons
Mhm.
and have been perfectly content with the show. Maybe the first 7 seasons even. But yeah.
All right, now my number 2, we're gonna go a little bit more modern. Probably the most modern one I have on the list. We're
It
gonna
was
go.
on a TV that you had to turn the dial for.
This was before Dials.
You know, the Honeymooners was on a dial TV, with bunny ears, rabbit ears, with rabbit ears.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Oh man, this one's hard. I'm still kind of
Dick
choosing.
Van Dyke Show.
I hate that fucking show. Hated Dick Van Dyke. Hated Taxi.
Not
hated
old
Dick
enough
Van
for you?
Dyke. It was old enough. I just didn't like it.
Taxi was in color.
I like Laverne and Shirley. That was a fun show. But
Happy Days is next, right?
ooh, I missed that one.
Oh my god.
That's a good one.
Oh my god.
No, the next one's gonna be The Office.
Okay, so
Alright.
I got The Office for number 2.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right.
I love The Office, man. I came into The Office late. My brother had told me about
Did you get
The
in
Office.
trouble at work?
I'm sorry.
You said you came into the office late. I said, did you get in trouble at work?
No, I never. I didn't. I did not get in trouble.
He had a big briefcase. You wanted to show him something he just bought.
Full of
Yeah.
crackers.
No, full of dildos.
I
and
saved you
condoms.
guys $118.
Multicolored ones. Love The Office. So smart, so stupid. It's so different. I really want to try the English one, the UK Office, because I heard that's really good too. That was the original one,
Right.
before they Americanized it, I guess. And that's the Ricky Gervais one. That was made by Ricky Gervais, right?
Yeah.
Created by
Yeah.
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah. Him and Stephen Moffat, right, wrote it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I came in like season 6 or I don't know how many seasons there are, but I was like way more than halfway through, and then I kind of had to backtrack, and I think it was on
Right.
Netflix. I'm pretty sure it was on Netflix.
It's on Netflix now.
Yeah. So that's my number 2. Joe, you got The Office as well.
Yep, I'm with you.
The characters are just so memorable. Like, there's not many shows that you are like every single character has been cast correctly and plays that role. You can't see anybody else playing that role.
Right.
Seinfeld's one of them.
Yep.
George, Elaine, Kramer, Jerry. They all play that role perfectly. No.
Yeah, but I don't know if you would know any better because they.
See, I think you're saying that wrong.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
think it's that they play the role perfectly.
Yeah.
It's that they create a role.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
fine.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Like, it's not that they fill the
Yeah,
role.
no, you're
they
right.
They create something
Yes.
that is a representation of them. Like,
Absolutely.
no one else could play Kramer.
No.
No one else could, like no one else could play Dwight.
Right.
That
Or Michael.
actor embodies it and kind of brings something to the role.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Yeah.
saying it.
Like Ed
properly.
Helms, like you see him in how many movies now?
Yeah.
And he's basically playing.
Oh, he's playing Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Jim? You think Jim plays Jim?
He might be a little. He
But
might.
even that character,
Yeah.
like
Dwight is same thing.
Jim's so understated in that show.
Yeah.
And he does it like just his eye rolls
Yeah.
and his pauses.
Yeah.
Like when he does the asides to the camera. They're so well acted. Like you couldn't teach that. Like his body language. Like the best part to him is his asides.
Yeah.
Right.
Like when he's just talking to the camera by himself and it's all about his pacing and his pauses and he's really good.
Phyllis is the same in pretty much all the shows.
Yeah.
Stanley,
Who's the other accountant?
Kevin.
his Kool-Aid Man's hilarious. Did you get the Kool-Aid Man?
Not yet. I'm 4 seasons into that show. And I like it.
Yeah.
I really do like it, but yeah.
What's your number 2?
My number 2 is I'm gonna go real just by the books here. Simpsons.
Okay.
That's
Simpsons.
awesome. Yeah.
Just one of my absolute favorite. They had that brilliant run a couple of years in. That was like it's like 6, 7, 8 seasons.
Right.
Oh, just absolutely brilliant. It is because I reference that show countless times in my
Yeah, I
everyday
mean, there's
life.
tons of things.
Yep. And that's the shows that I reference a lot are the ones that have really stuck with me. And that one is how many times?
Longest running show on TV.
Yeah, for a reason. And I heard I kind of fell off The Simpsons, probably 15 or 16 seasons in. But I heard there's another, like if you get in the 20s,
A resurgence.
a really brilliant episodes. I heard it's really good now too again. So I'm fine with this. The Simpsons is great.
I reference The Simpsons maybe 3 times a week.
That's what I mean.
Easily.
Yeah.
A week.
Easily.
Every day.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just trying to think,
Yeah.
every time it rains and I have to go outside, I'm like, shoes are wet, socks are dry, everything's coming up in
I
Millhouse.
say that at least 3 times a week at
Yeah.
work. When something goes really well, I go, everything's coming up Millhouse. And
Gime. Oh, a
yeah, I've
gime.
done that.
I say it every week.
Yeah.
Like, the internet and computers now, eh?
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous.
And like that became so ingrained in our group. Do you
Yeah.
remember when we went and saw Dave Matthews with our buddy Joe, who does Just Outside?
Yeah.
And he wasn't a Dave Matthews fan, and he screamed the entire concert. Get to the mom, it's my birthday part. Like that's from The Simpsons, where
Right.
he's screaming. And then someone brought up The Simpsons today, and they were talking about their favorite episodes, and I was like, I like the Mom, It's Your Birthday one, and they were like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, oh my God, we've said that line so much, I actually thought it was in The Simpsons. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone just looked at me, they're like, what episode was that? And I was like, holy Christ, that's not an
That's
episode.
not a line.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh yeah, no, but that was ingrained in us. Like that was all we did as teenagers was reference that show.
You got a favorite character from Simpsons?
Barney. Don't cry for me. I'm already dead. that's the best Barney line. Then they give him the truck of alcohol. Put it in the vein. Barney said, or Ralph.
Ralph is
Tastes
good.
like burning.
Yeah.
Oh, this, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut up your liver bones.
My cats taste like cat food.
Ralph Wiggum's amazing. I choose you.
Yeah.
He's got a shirt that says "I'm with stupid."
I kind of like Willie.
Okay.
Oh, Willie, yeah.
I'm a big fan of Willie.
Do you know how many times I've said who's and noozle? Oh my God! Yeah, The Simpsons is a great show.
I like Mo
Mo's
because
great.
he's always on the cusp of breaking it big, and then
Yeah.
someone just breaks him
Mo
down.
Sislak. Yeah, he's great.
Duff Man.
Uh,
Duff Man's great.
Oh yeah, he's great. They're all all of them are great.
Yeah.
The
Just-
Schwarzenegger guy. Forget
Yeah.
what his name is. The guy who's supposed to be Schwarzenegger.
Hans.
Up and at them.
Yeah, up and at them. Yeah,
Oh, what's his name?
No, up and at them. Up and at them. Up and at them. Up and at them.
it's up and at them. Up and at them. Like
Because he's been taking English lessons and he has to say it properly.
there is so many brilliant. Like the Beer Baron might be one of my favorite episodes
Yes.
of
Oh, the
anything
Beer Baron.
ever. Like I still remember how hard I laughed
Yeah.
when he went. Oh,
The
no,
bowling balls.
No, when it still explodes, and he goes, "No, Marge, sorry, that was me. I had a bean for dinner."
Pinchy.
Oh, Pinchy's a good one.
Tomacos.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Tobacco.
So that's what I mean. Like there's
Tomacos. Fucking cows.
so many great Simpsons episodes.
We've lost so many listeners right now.
Who cares?
No, not me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
If you don't appreciate the Simpsons, you probably shouldn't listen to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, number 1. Now, I'm not going to be like everyone else here. Just to be different. Because every one of us is probably going to say Seinfeld.
I'm not.
Mike, I know Mike's going to say Seinfeld.
it's my favorite show ever.
So I will not say Seinfeld, even though it is my favorite show. I will go with my second favorite show, which I'm not even sure if it's a sitcom, but it came up on the lists, and I'm going to put it on there. And
Game of Thrones.
it's MASH. Now, MASH was on the list, and there was a lot of funny in MASH. But, I mean, there was also a lot of serious in MASH. But I have all the DVDs. I got all 18 volumes of DVDs of MASH. There's very few characters that I disliked on that show. I liked, and they rotated a lot of people in and out. There were different colonels, different surgeons
Right.
that came in and out and filled roles, and people died and got replaced. And everyone seemed to fit into their role really, really well. You know, when Charles came in, Charles wasn't one of the originals. He came in, he fit right into it and added to the show. I didn't even know there was a movie until
Really?
until much later on.
Me.
But yeah, what do you guys? Do you think that's a sitcom? I mean, there's lots of
Yeah,
funny
I mean,
in it.
I won't
Yeah.
argue that it's not a sitcom. Yeah.
All right, so that'll be my number one. Love that show. Love that show.
My number one's gonna be Cheers.
How can you go
I
wrong
was
there?
waiting to see if someone put Cheers
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
I've watched every episode.
You know what's amazing about Cheers? It spun off to another brilliant show.
Yes, Frasier's.
Frasier.
Frasier's brilliant.
Yeah.
Probably top 10 as well.
Did you ever watch Becker? Becker's a good show. It was Ted Danson
Yeah. Yeah.
plays a blind guy. Who I don't know if he's the super or he's the bartender. I forget what he is, but it's like, oh no, he's not the blind guy. The black dude's the blind guy.
Yeah. He plays
Yeah.
a doctor.
He
No,
play- yeah, he's the
Becker?
doctor. Yeah. And but is he a pilot too or no? Does he want to be a pilot? Well, I don't know. What show am I getting this confused with?
All of them.
Yeah, all the
Talking about
shows.
Wings?
I'm thinking of Wings
So
too.
far, he said Ted Danson was a blind pilot in that show, which is an amazing premise for a TV show.
Doesn't make
See a
sense.
blind premise? Maybe it's a doctor.
No, Becker is definitely a good show though. I know Becker is a good show. Check
Cheers.
it out.
Yeah.
Cheers
I would
is
have put
great.
that on, but I couldn't remember
And the
enough
earlier
stuff.
ones are phenomenal.
I've heard people say that if you want to write something in your life, watch the first episode of Cheers.
Yep.
That is like a perfectly written
Yeah. You've said that before.
anything.
Yeah.
Like 'cause it describes all the characters real well. You meet all these characters and know them in 30 minutes and are deeply invested in them. Like it's a brilliant show.
Who's your favorite character in Cheers?
Probably Norm.
Oh,
Like Norm?
Cliff Clavin.
He's a good one too.
Yeah.
I like Woody Harrelson.
Cliff
He's good
Clavin.
too.
Woody's so
But
good.
you know what? I can't look at Woody Harrelson the same way anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Like when I watched that show, like that's all I knew him as.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's
But now,
goofy
yeah,
and
now
funny?
I'm like, oh no, like he's not goofy and funny like
No,
that.
he's a dramatic act. Great
yeah,
dramatic
great,
act.
he's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
But
Cliff Clavin.
Yep. Like I look at those guys and I see them still as those characters.
What was the movie? Indecent Proposal? Was that Woody Harrelson?
Yep.
Dude, he's really good in that movie.
He's good in a lot of stuff.
White Men Can't Jump.
Yep.
White Man Can't Jump. That's a good one.
You know what's amazing about Cheers? It is essentially one set.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
they go
that's
back
it.
to the pool room every now and then.
Yeah.
But it's essentially in the office every now and then.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's never. Is it ever outside?
There was one on a boat.
Okay.
There was one on a boat where Sam brings his date, but they're not romantically involved. Oh, no. He brings... What's the second love interest? Not the first one. Not
Kirstie
Diane.
Alley.
Rebecca.
Yeah, Rebecca. Yeah.
Rebecca. He brings Rebecca, and he's making believe they're lovers, and she ends up sleeping with the guy who owns the boat. But everything takes place on the boat.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
was
Very
that-
rare. Very,
Yeah,
very
it was
rare.
all done in one
Yeah.
thing, which is amazing that you could sell such a show for such a long time just based on the acting chops
Yeah.
of those actors. Like
Six people maybe.
like
tops?
you didn't have to put them in like an outlandish situation or like just there in a bar.
Yep.
Just their dialogue carried all of it.
Coach was really good.
Yep.
Oh, Coach. Coach
Yep.
was so good.
Yeah. Then he died.
Nicole said she liked Empty Nest.
No, I'm talking about Coach on Cheers.
Who's the
The
coach
actor.
on Cheers?
His mentor.
Coach was the first.
Oh, Coach.
Woody Harrelson replaced
Coach.
Coach.
I thought you were going to a different sitcom.
That's a good one too.
Coach is good.
Coach is good.
With Dauber.
I watched. You know what the thing with Coach is? I have no memory of it. I know I watched every single episode.
Yeah, me too.
I have almost no
There
memory.
weren't
of it.
any like standout episodes.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you any.
And
of
I
the
don't think there
plots.
were any like standout episodes of Cheers. It was just a body of work.
See, that's why I didn't put it on That's why I didn't put it on my list, because I was like, I love Cheers. I watched it every night with The Odd Couple and The Honeymooners. But I
Coach-
couldn't remember a single episode.
If Coach was on TV, I wouldn't watch it. If
Yeah.
Cheers was on TV, I'd watch it.
Yeah.
Just like Golden Girls. I there are probably a handful of episodes I can maybe remember.
Yeah.
You know what
But-
it is? You didn't have the. Like, there are Simpsons episodes I've seen 10 times.
Right.
There are Seinfeld episodes I've seen 10 times.
Yeah.
I probably watched every episode of Cheers once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just don't build that, like, encyclopedic knowledge of them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't quote them because you haven't only seen them once.
Yeah.
I've seen, God almighty, like, No Soup for You, the Soup Nazi. I've seen it 100 times. So, yeah. So that's a really good choice, Cheers. My father probably would have put that on. He would have done Cheers and MASH if I had to guess.
Oh wow.
Yeah, those were his two favorites. I
Smart
grew up
man.
watching them with him. And then my number one, obviously, Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
My favorite show of all time.
Because it's the best show ever made. It's the best sitcom ever made. You
Yeah.
really can't, I don't care what people say about fucking Friends. Friends sucked.
Oh, compared to
I hated
Seinfeld, no, that was...
Compared to most things, Friends sucked. I could never get into Friends.
Can't
It was just
stand that
so
show.
stupid. The people, the characters were so dumb and boring to me. And the 90s were just, I mean, they epitomized 90s style. And 90s style is awful. There was nothing good about 90s style. But anyway, that has nothing to really do with the show. You could have a decent show. Roseanne was an epitome of 90s style too, but Roseanne was a great show. You know.
Yeah, but Friends was about like the excesses of the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
But Roseanne wasn't.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But yeah,
So Seinfeld's my favorite. Still love it. Got to be 20 episodes I would put as some of the best things ever written for television. Just, I loved it. A show that had no real premise, no real point. You never knew where...
There wasn't a bad episode.
Oh, there's some bad ones, but it's very few.
I don't know if they're bad or if they're just meh.
The first 2 seasons, there's some...
Yeah.
Like, that show really took off with the bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the episode. And then you were like, they just started going, and there's like steamroll.
There's a different feel to the first season.
Yeah.
Because they're still getting to know each other. They're still making those characters.
Yes.
You know, it almost feels it feels scripted and forced in certain areas. But I just don't think they got comfortable yet.
Yeah.
You know, but once they started getting comfortable and Julia Louis-Dreyfus became Elaine.
Right.
And he became George.
Right.
And, yep.
Yeah, then
Jason Alexander.
you couldn't stop it. You couldn't stop that show. Who's your favorite character?
It's George.
It's got to be
It's
George.
George. And you want to be my latex salesman.
It's so George, man. He's so deplorable.
Save Vanilla Industries. Save Vanilla. Oh, come on. There's the stuff he does. The singing into the answering machine. Believe it or not.
George is
I just...
leave a message.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
The bro versus the man's ear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything he
The
does.
European carry-on. The beltless trench coat. Even, like, George's dad is brilliant in that show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brilliant in that show.
Had the pleasure of meeting him.
Did you
really?
really? Is he dead or alive?
Alive.
Is he?
Uh-huh.
Good. You know, he was also really good in King Queens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
He was
again,
great.
he's essentially the same character.
Yeah.
He's essentially the same
kooky
character.
old man.
He's like, oh, this works. I'm just going to go with this.
Yep.
And that, like, yelling
He
for no
stole
reason.
my move.
My wallet's gone. My wallet. That's the other dad.
Yeah, that's Jerry's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like Jerry's parents. They weren't as
Well, they were supposed to be
entertaining.
annoying.
Yeah.
They were supposed to be annoying, irritating,
Yeah, no,
overbearing
but
parents.
the other characters down in the retirement home were what sold
Oh,
that.
yeah. It's a pen. You want the pen?
Yeah.
Take the pen.
Seinfeld. And it's one of those shows I haven't watched in years.
Really?
I
Man.
I haven't watched it.
It's not really on reruns.
Yes, it is. It's on every day.
Really?
Yeah, every day on TBS.
Well, you're home at like 4 o'clock.
Yeah,
I
I'm not
am.
home till
I am.
9, 10 o'clock.
Every day I watch an episode of Seinfeld, I watch an episode of MASH, and I try to get an episode of Golden Girls in, but I don't always get it.
Then it's bedtime.
And then it's hockey. It's hockey time.
At that point, his Metamucil's worn him out. It's time for bed.
I'm always regular.
Jesus.
I'm very regular. Well, that was our main topic, which I enjoyed thoroughly. And in the future, I don't know when, but in the near future, we're going to do our top favorite sitcom characters of all time. So that was a suggestion.
It's going to be very, like,
Yeah.
George,
Homer.
Homer, and Archer.
All right. Well, that's why I said maybe not in the near future. Maybe give people a chance to forget about this episode.
Another 70 episodes.
Yeah, episode 140. But want to give Tony a lead in for Comic Book Corner, Mike?
Take it away, Tony. Pew pew. Yeah, mine would be Perry Cox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So today on
Al
Comic
Bundy.
Oh.
here's a good one.
It's a good show.
Icky.
Yeah. Oh my God, you didn't like
Really?
Married with Children?
I did when the girl was on. I just watched it for the girl.
Oh no, ma'am. No, ma'am. North American Organization of Men Against Amazonian Masterhood.
Okay, so this week we're gonna play an interview from a guy that we met at the New Jersey Comic Show in Toms River, New Jersey. Was it Toms River? What time was it in? We're gonna go Toms River. His name is Rusty Gilligan, and this guy was he's a character, and I really enjoyed talking to him, and he loved talking to us. And he's known a lot for his movie art. He did a lot of movie art for the Spider-Man movies. He has a book called Mac in Trouble, which is like a little cartoon book of a dog and a cat that I think it's just a cat, but you'll hear it in the interview. But you can follow him on Facebook at rusty.gilligan and on Twitter at Mac in Trouble. And here's the interview. Hope you like it. Well, there you go. That was our interview with Rusty. I want to thank him for taking the time out. He also did a couple of bumpers for us that he recorded some extra bumpers for us at the end, which was really nice of him. And hopefully we'll see him in the future at some other cons. I know me and Joe are going to try to go to the Atlantic City one. He might be at that one as well, so maybe we can catch up with him there too. Joe, did you read any books this week?
I didn't, but I want to promote something.
What do you want to promote?
Or ask for something.
Uh-oh.
That's totally different things. Promoting for something. And
Well, I'm going to do both. How about that?
oh, sure.
So
Okay.
Todd Nauck
Yeah.
is putting out his Where's Wolverine poster.
Yes.
Oh, is
And,
it?
Yeah, he's selling it. We got to ask your comic book suppliers to get a hold of the...
Is that from the Instagram thing? he
Yeah.
did? Okay, I think you might have read it wrong. Can I describe what I read?
Okay.
From what I read of his post, the books, there's going to be 4 variant covers
Right.
of the books, and you have to ask your comic shops to save you the Todd Nauck variant covers because you can put the covers together to make the poster.
Yeah, but it'll be a comic book cover, right? So it'll have Marvel logo and all that.
I think it's a foldable thing.
Oh, okay.
So you buy all 4 books with his variant covers, and they unfold to make the poster.
Oh, you're right.
That
Yep.
I thought that's
Either
what I read.
way,
I think in the future they'll sell it as a poster.
I'm going to order these as...
Yes.
I wouldn't buy the comics,
Oh, you're not going to read The Hunt for Wolverine?
No.
I wanted to read that
No.
anyway.
but I will buy this just for the poster.
Yeah.
Because I will put them in like frames and
Mm-hmm.
somehow hang them up.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Absolutely. How many issues is it?
I think it's 4.
100%.
Yeah. Well, his are
If they
4
make a
issues.
poster of this,
Yeah.
I'm 100% buying that.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Either
man.
way.
We talked about him at length in the last episode, and I was this close to emailing him and saying, "Listen, we spoke about you. We promoted your website. Do with it what you will. You don't have to do anything. We just wanted to let you know that we promote you and support you." But I didn't. I kind of chickened out.
Do this episode.
yeah, it's better than Rusty Trombone, whoever you just had on.
Right next to the skin flute.
All right. So you didn't read any books.
I did not read any of
All
those.
right, I read a couple books. You want to hear what I read?
No.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I know.
I was really hoping for the no. I was like, woo!
I'll keep it short. I read
That's what he says.
I read Damage 2 and 3.
Damage. What's that?
That was like the new DC Hulk
Oh, okay.
creature. It's actually not bad. It really isn't bad. It's a pretty good book, and the art's pretty cool. It's about a guy who they recruit in the army to be Damage. His code name is Damage, and what they experiment on him, and he can turn into like this hulky. It's basically DC's Hulk.
Right.
He turns into the Hulk for an hour a day. So within 24-hour time period, he can turn into Damage for an hour. But the problem is they don't have any control over him. And so they're trying to, he turns into Damage. He kind of goes on a rage.
So do I. It's usually right before lunch or
Yeah.
an hour before I'm supposed to go home from work.
He destroys a city, and then he turns back into a human, and then he's got 23 hours again. But he's been like hiding because he doesn't want to get in trouble for destroying all the cities,
Got
right?
it.
So in the second issue,
He's got to clean everything up.
Waller comes in because the person who's in charge of Damage is his name Jonas, Lieutenant Jonas or something like that.
My name is Jonas.
Yeah, in issue 2, Waller sends a Suicide Squad after Damage to think they would slow him down.
Right.
It doesn't. He walks right through them. Issue 3, Wonder Woman comes in and says, let me handle this. And the whole issue is just them fighting.
Yep.
And it basically comes like it's a draw, pretty much. But it's good. The artwork is really, really good. So check it out. It's pretty good. I liked it. It's a good substitute for the crappy Hulk that you're getting from Marvel.
Right.
So this is pretty interesting. Let's see what else I got here. I got The Brave and the Bold, Batman and Wonder Woman.
How is it?
It's really
It's like
good.
a mystical...
It's a mystical, magical adventure of Wonder Woman and Batman.
this is issue 2?
Issue 2. The artwork is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal, and it's all about like ancient Irish lore. There's a place called Tir na nog that is in Irish lore where these mystical creatures live.
Is this where Brave Sport happens?
This is where Brave Sport happens, and
You know it.
their like existence in this mystical world is all based upon how the people on Earth believe in them. It's
Right.
like kind of like Elf, where Santa Claus couldn't fly unless the kids believed in Santa Claus. Well, these beings kind of don't exist unless people believe in them.
Right.
And they're kind of like, there's two sets of individuals in this mystical land, and they're fighting each other. So the kind of like the leader of this land goes and gets Wonder Woman and is like, listen, we need help. We're in a war. I need you to come bring peace. She's like the peace giver. Mm-hmm. Right? So their king has been murdered, and Wonder Woman is there to kind of like keep peace between the two sects that are blaming each other
Right.
for the death of the king. And she's like, listen, we got to do an investigation, and I know just the detective to do it. And she goes and recruits Batman. And that's how he gets into this mystical world, because he has he has nothing really to do
Right.
with it. She's a mystical princess of a mystical world, so they go get her.
Right.
And she's like, we need the best detective I know, and that's Bruce Wayne,
Batman.
which is pretty cool. And the art's just phenomenal. Did you read? You didn't read Batman Ninja Turtles?
No, I bought it. I haven't picked it up yet.
Oh, it's good. It's good. So the last one you read, Donnie took the venom.
Right.
So Donnie goes fucking apeshit in this one.
Becomes Bane.
He becomes Donnie Bane. It's unbelievable. He's brutal.
Right.
Brutal. His eyes are red. The drawing's really cool. It's Freddie Williams II, who does all the artwork.
Okay.
Who did all the artwork on the last Batman Ninja Turtles
That looks great.
and the Thundercats He-Man. It's phenomenal artwork. So check that out. If you're a Ninja Turtles fan, you'll love this.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. Yeah, I don't want to give any spoilers like that because you didn't read it. And lastly, Batman 43. It's the end of that Poison Ivy run, that Poison Ivy thing where Poison Ivy was taking over the world. Well, she controls Batman into punching Bruce Wayne square in the face.
What?
She controls everybody on planet Earth.
You just said she controls Batman.
Oh, sorry, I meant Superman. Sorry, Superman. She controls every.
Batman just punches himself right in the face.
Yeah, so she controls everybody on Earth except Batman and Catwoman. They have some formula that makes them not able to be controlled. So she goes after them with the Justice League members, basically. So Superman wrangles them up, hangs them upside down from like a skyscraper, and Batman just antagonizes her. Because when he's talking to Superman, it's actually he's talking to Poison Ivy.
Right.
Because she's in his head. And she punches Batman with Superman as hard as Superman can and kills Batman. She kills him. But then brings him back to life with all her herbs and whatever flower power things that she does. Right? She brings him back to life.
Okay.
Because Superman crushes his fucking skull. But that was all part of Bruce's plan, obviously, because it's Batman, right? And the whole reason she's taken over, it ends up, was because remember that the War of Jokes and Riddles? Mm-hmm. The Riddler tricked her into thinking she mass murdered people,
Right.
So she's like all depressed, and that's why she's like taking over the world. So Batman kind of figured it out.
But what if she couldn't fix his head?
Oh, then that's a whole nother comic book.
How do you know that she could fix it?
I don't know if
he's Batman.
Yeah, because he's Batman. That's always the answer.
That's a little far-fetched for me.
That's far-fetched for you?
Yeah.
Not the fact that there's a woman who can control all the plants on the planet?
Or a man that gets charged up like a battery from the sun?
No.
All right. At least you know where your line is.
But that's what I read today.
You gotta draw it somewhere.
I read the new Iron Fist, and I don't understand it because it's
many words.
No, it's a tie-in for something else. There's a Damnation book.
It's not the...
It's the next number in the line of
But is it
Iron Man's Iron Fists.
The one with Sabretooth?
No, that run ended.
Okay.
That arc ended, and now there's a new run with Doctor Strange called Damnation.
That's all right.
Which I haven't read, but this book is part of it's one of the offshoots of Damnation.
My pull list is down to 3 comics.
Is it just 3?
A week.
Oh no, mine's still pretty hefty.
And it's dropping fast.
I told him out at the store, I was like, anything that has Batman in the title, just put it on the list because I want to read them. And then if I want them off, I take it off because there was one. It's called Batman and the Signal,
right?
Which is his new little sidekick, and I didn't like it, so I took that off.
You're definitely going to come play the Batman game when I get it then.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I'll play with you.
I told Joe they threw Green Arrow into it this week.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
All the stuff.
200 miniatures so far.
Wow. And you get them all?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's very cool.
Can't wait.
All right, let's get into social shit time.
Before we get into comments, let's do our matchups.
Oh, shit. No, never mind then.
No, we'll do it during social time. It's fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so social shit time. We're going to start off going through our matchups. We don't have many left.
It's the
Of the action hero,
Sweet
Sweet
16.
16, yeah.
March Madness. So what category are you starting with, Joe?
So we're going to go cops right off the bat.
Cops right off the bat.
McClane, Foley.
McClane has to win this, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so McClane, Foley. All right.
Then
so
we have Bond versus Bourne.
Oof, Bond.
Bourne.
Bond.
Yes.
By a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Bourne's better.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Bourne's essentially Batman.
Yeah.
But he doesn't remember anything,
That's okay.
so that makes him weak.
I prefer Bourne over. If I was in trouble, I'd want Jason Bourne.
I
Not
agree.
James Bond.
I agree.
You know, he's not diddling anyone.
Yeah.
But it's
when
not
he should be
James
rescuing
Bond's.
them.
It's not James Bond's job to save somebody. It's James Bond's job to kill somebody, isn't it? Usually,
No, he's always saving the world.
he's always saving the hot chick so he can.
And I like the Bourne changed the way action movies were made.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Yeah.
Like they
Gritty.
and just like those fights that had more to do with like an MMA fight than a kung fu fight.
Yeah.
Like arm locks. And
Yeah.
I Bourne is one of the best action stars to come out in years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it for that one, right?
Yep,
Those are
that's
the last
Cops.
two. Okay, so Bond versus McClane. What's that movie? Are we gonna do that game again? Name that movie.
Can't wait you for that matchup.
Is it McClane versus Bond or is Bond?
Die Hard Another Day.
Ooh, perfect title.
Yeah.
Now what's it gonna be? How about there's a terrorist taking over a building, and Bond is trying to infiltrate the terrorist
woman.
organization. Bond tries to infiltrate the terrorist organization,
That's fine.
and where's McClane
Bond
coming?
sleeps
in
with McClane's wife.
Oh, that's it. That's it.
Die Hard has
I'm not-
double meaning.
Yeah, that's it. He tries to kill him. That's it.
All right.
Shirley MacLaine.
All right, Joe.
All right,
what's
next is sci-fi.
yeah.
We have Han Solo versus the Terminator.
Oh, Terminator.
Terminator.
Okay, that was actually a close one.
Really?
Really?
Then we have Ripley versus Aragorn.
I'm gonna go
Ripley.
Aragorn,
Really?
I'm gonna go Ripley.
and I'll go Aragorn.
I like Aragorn better, but Ripley's a way better character.
Believe it or not, it's Aragorn.
Cool.
If we would have all voted for Ripley, she would have won.
Who'd you vote for?
I would have went with Ripley.
So Terminator and Aragorn. What's the movie?
He travels.
Terminator goes back
Back in
to
time.
into Middle Earth
Yeah.
to
Because
kill,
Aragorn's actually his great grandson is
or Sarah
It's
Connor.
John
No,
Connor.
that's Sarah Connor's
dad.
great
yeah.
grandfather.
One of the hobbits is an ancestor of the Connor family.
That would be better if it's like someone Aragorn has to protect
Yes.
from the Terminator.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like that.
Yeah.
What would it be called? T9. Middle Earth's fucked.
Lord of the Rings termination.
Lord of the Rings termination.
Yeah.
All right. What's
Or
next?
Terminator Battle for Middle Earth.
That's not bad.
Not 100% sold on that. Next is
Rise of the Hobbits.
instead of robots, hobbits take over the world.
There you go.
That's not a bad idea. The people who Aragorn befriends turn on him. He has to enlist the help of the Terminator. You just see hobbits flying all over the place.
Fucking hairy feet just by themselves with no body attached.
The Terminator comes to Middle Earth and he's just a naked hobbit with big hairy feet. All right.
Okay.
The next is military. We have Dutch versus Indiana Jones.
Dutch.
Steve?
Indiana Jones.
Doesn't even matter.
It's Dutch.
It's Indiana. It's
Wow.
an upset.
Dutch loses.
Upset. I think we seeded that one wrong.
I don't. Again, I think
No, we
Indiana
did the
Jones
best.
is adventure, not action.
No, but that's what wasn't the category
Yeah, that-
military / adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So we
we're
picked
doing
the best-
action star.
No, that's an action. That's an action
Yeah,
star.
it's action
He's an
movie.
action star.
How many other adventure movies are there?
Right.
Yeah, I'm not saying
If
that.
Han Solo was on there, then
I still
Indiana
think Princess
Jones.
Leia was better.
But he was
Well,
still in the.
You would have voted. She would have won.
Right.
All right. The next one is a very, very close matchup. Rambo Maximus.
Maximus.
Oh shit!
That would've been-
I hate Rambo. Never liked
Not
him.
anymore. Another upset. Maximus.
Yes, that's not an upset.
That was only decided by one. One vote.
I've never liked Rambo.
I loved Rambo.
Oh, this is an easy movie. Indiana Jones Maximus.
Maximus.
No. Easy movie to come up with. Indiana Jones and Maximus in the same movie. He has to go to Rome to find a relic.
Yeah.
That's
Digs
easy.
up
Finds his sword.
Yeah.
Or the ghost of Maximus.
He finds his little like clay
His family.
figurine.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
His family.
That's his family. That's his family. He prays. That's his family. It's his wife and his kids.
Oh, right.
The clay kid things. Yeah.
I was gonna say they burned their family.
I know. All he has left is the little clay statues.
Revenge. Number 1, John Wick versus number 9, Inigo Montoya.
John Wick.
John Wick.
Isn't Maximus technically a revenge movie?
Yeah, we said that.
Yeah.
But he's military. He's a general.
Gladiator's definitely a revenge
Yeah.
movie. Now I'm thinking about
So
it.
John Wick,
John Wick.
It's John Wick, right? By
Yeah.
a mile. Yeah.
and then we have William Wallace versus Frank.
Frank Dukes.
Yep.
I vote for
William Wallace.
Frank Dukes.
It's a William Wallace.
yeah. All right,
That's
John
a
Wick.
revenge one too.
John Wick, William Wallace movie.
Did you guys see the picture that went around Facebook?
Is it Thanos
Yeah.
and John Wick?
It's
I sent that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
The gem is inside this dog.
yeah.
And
Doctor
Thanos
Strange
rips-
puts it in the
Yeah.
dog. Yeah.
Thanos rips open the dog, and John Wick comes over. Anybody see my
He
dog?
just goes.
Wait for it.
Thanos is so happy, and he goes. Doctor Strange goes, "Wait for it." Anyone see my dog?
And then the Iron Man and Doctor Strange high five at the end, which I thought
Right.
that
Yeah.
was the kicker of it.
All right, so we got McClane,
Versus Bond.
Bond, Terminator versus Aragorn, Indiana Jones, Maximus, John Wick against William Wallace.
All right, here's my prediction. My prediction is going to be McClane versus Wallace, Terminator versus Indiana Jones. And I think ultimately it's going to be a McClane Terminator final.
No, I think it's gonna be Wick.
Ooh.
McClane.
Wick McClane, which is what I said from the beginning,
Mr. Wick.
and I still think John McClane wins that.
I think it goes McClane, Terminator, Indiana Jones, Wick.
You think Wick is going to beat out William Wallace?
Yes.
Wow.
And I love Braveheart, but
I would
he's
vote
the
for Wick.
murderiest murderer.
No, I know. I
ever.
would vote for John Wick, but I think a lot of people are going to vote William Wallace. I don't know. We'll see. We will see next week. All right, so now we're going to get to the actual social part of the social shit time. So I got some tweets here from people. Some of which were a little bit older because I forgot to mention them on the other shows, but that's okay. Marquee Mark from the So Wizard podcast says, "Holy shittins, this episode was one of the funniest ones I've ever heard. So good job, keep it up." Thank you for that, Mark. Appreciate that. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to delete them as I go through them. That way I don't have to worry about it. Librarian Kate says, "I loved Coco also. It's probably my favorite Disney Pixar movie after
I just saw it.
after WALL-E.
I just saw it.
It was really good,
It's
wasn't
really
it?
good.
It's so, I cried
We
so
watched
much.
it in Spanish actually.
Oh, really?
It was really good.
Oh, man,
Yeah,
it
because
was
they had
so
the same
Fancy ass.
the same people can do both languages,
good. Okay.
right? Because
Yeah.
they're all Spanish speaking individuals. So it's
How does
all,
it feel to be one of the 1%?
I don't know if you've ever been to South America. Definitely not 1%.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. WALL-E I couldn't get through because there's no talking. But
Oh,
from
WALL-E's really good.
but I heard WALL-E's really, really
I don't
good.
think Coco is. I don't know if it's top 10 Disney, but it's good. It's good.
I don't know. Would you put it in the top 10 Pixar?
I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
We should do that next episode.
Done.
Done. Write it down, Joe.
Top 10
Pixar,
Pixar
movies.
movies?
Yeah. Let's do it. That's for Librarian Kate, because you're our best #1 fan. Next, let's see. Another at dinner at Librarian Kate. "If y'all want to show off your archery skills, Geeks Out is planning an archery meetup in May on the Lower East Side with possible adult beverages.
Where?
More to come.
Is there an archery range on the Lower East Side?
I don't know. I bet you Kate will tell us as soon as she hears this, though.
Gotham Archery is doing its first tournament this weekend.
This weekend wanted to do it, but I got to freaking work.
Ah.
I just would have signed up just to see what happens.
Can I do one with you guys? I want to
Yeah.
do an archery tournament with you
I haven't
guys.
shot my bow in probably 6
Oh,
months.
you have to re-knock my arrows. Or refeather my arrows.
That's easy
You
to
didn't
do.
give them to me.
You took them from me. They're in your home.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah. I haven't gone shooting because I've been waiting for my arrows to come back.
It's the world's coldest winter. It's awful.
Yeah.
I would have been outside shooting already by now.
Yeah. Sebi posted something so amazing on our wall the other day. It was the medieval MMA.
Oh my god!
Did you guys see this? He said,
Yes.
here's what Brave Sport would look like in real life. And it was the United States versus Poland. And when I turned it on, I'm like, all right, this is going to be interesting. Let's see what they do here. And I still don't understand all the rules because, like, you can fucking kill people.
Looks like you just maim people with weapons.
They are in full medieval regalia. Like
Yeah,
chainmail.
with blunted weapons, though.
With blunted weapons. They got shields, long swords, the helmets, the gauntlets, the chainmail, everything.
You could probably still kill someone with a blunted sword.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Dude, people were punching each other with the shields, like, you know, the sides of the shields. Like, they had a guy on the floor, like an MMA guy would have a guy on the floor and just keep punching him in the face. Well, this guy was punching him with the shield right square in the head, dude, until he tapped out.
like you watch guys lose their weapons and they're just throwing their bodies at people.
Yeah.
Well, they're in armor.
Yeah. But still, I mean,
Do you want to get hit by a truck?
No.
but check it out, man. It was funny.
I wouldn't either. Like that, it was great.
At Legend Podcast. Let me try that one more time. At Legend Podcast is our buddy Matt Lees, who has been really promoting us on his podcast, and his podcast it was called Legend in My Spare Time. You can check them out on iTunes. They said, love the new episode. However, after this and some back episodes, I've heard Steve's Tom Holland impression, and for all us Brits, we don't sound like that.
Yes, you do.
I think you do there, Matt Leeds.
You should listen to yourself on a podcast. That's exactly how you sound.
Well, the reason that he says that
More
is,
talk about crumpets.
the reason he says that is because
Because he's still sore about the American Revolution?
when he listened to us and their podcast mentioned us as like a podcast of the week. He said like we were one of their favorite podcasts and did that. And they started doing impressions of us as New Yorkers.
Mm-hmm.
And I contacted them. I was like, we don't fucking sound like that. So he's just saying it back. He's saying it back to us. So good on
I'm
you.
sure we do, though.
Yeah, I'm sure we do too.
Where does he live?
Assume one of them's from Britain, one of them's not.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
You live in Britain, you're welcome.
But
Send him a horse head.
oh Jesus. But thanks for the love, Matt. Appreciate it. Who else we got
He
here?
doesn't speak with a German accent?
No, he
Oh.
does not. Librarian Kate's calling you out,
Oh,
Me?
Joe Tambini.
For what?
She
What'd I do now?
says, how could Joe miss the biggest news of the week, the closing of Toys R Us? You never brought it up last week, apparently.
we actually talked about talking about that on the way
Yeah.
here.
In Joe's top 10 you knows it's.
It's
so,
too sad to talk about.
so my response to her was, I was like, I guess we don't need to knows it? And she goes, but knowing's half the battle. So that put a smile on my
No,
face.
we've talked about Toys R Us closing a long time ago.
We did?
It just
It's
now
sad.
it's
What are you gonna do?
it's actually happening.
And we got another one from Sebi. He
Have
says,
they started discounting stuff yet?
I have no idea.
Uh,
There's nothing that
I went
really
to the
wanna
outlet
run
store
to go get.
and they didn't. They was just full price on everything. Sebi, another one from Sebi. Listening to the pod again on my way home from work. So he listened to the same show more than once. Thank you for that. Jesus Christ, Mike was fucking podcast gold on this show. Chapeau to you, Mike. I don't know what chapeau means. Good job, well done, maybe. But it's French. I think he's getting back at you for saying he doesn't know how to speak French.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I think that's what
One
that
word
was
does
for.
not, yeah.
Chapeau to you, Mike. So he did hit one word in French.
Did you ask your French teacher at school on how to say that the right way?
That was 25% of that sentence is French. So there you go. And lastly, the last thing I got was Sanofa Bantha. At Sanofa Bantha, you win tweet of the week.
She had two things this week that made me crack up.
What was the first one?
The one is what you're going to talk about.
Yeah, and what was the other one?
You ever see the video of the guy who smacks the kid at the party and he just starts smacking everybody around?
No, I never seen that one.
You've seen that one, right?
No.
Oh my god. So basically, this guy's at a party.
Yeah.
And one of the kids acts up and he smacks the kid.
Yeah.
One of the parents comes over and says, "You can't do it," so he smacks the parent.
Mhm.
He ends up smacking everybody. Police come, he smacks everyone. She posted a video of that, but all of the people that get smacked are Avengers, and the guy smacking everyone is Thanos.
Oh, that's funny.
All right.
And I started cackling out loud.
Well, if I would have loved to seen what she could have done on the Steam contest last year. For those of you
We
who
didn't do anything like that this year.
I know, it's all right. For those of you who don't know, last year when we did the March Madness, we did a Steam contest where you put my face onto a meme, and we called them Steams, and Sebi and Kevin and Joe Zalak and Andrew Brookes, they all just beat the crap out of me with the Steams. They were so funny, so good. They would just take random things that we talked about on the show and just put my face on them. The Iron Fist one was really funny. Old Man Steve, where I was on Old Man Wolverine, was really funny. I think that was a Sebi one. He did that on a comic book cover. It's so great. But Sonova Bantha, Mike, she brought up, she goes, at dinner podcast, a new picture of the Steve Auroras taken by researchers. And it's just like a little rainbow of auroras with my face all over. How the hell? I don't know how she got my face. I guess there must be pictures all over our Facebook page of us. But there it is. So you win Twitter Tweet of the Week, Sonova. Excellent job.
That was hilarious.
I've given you all the things that we have. So I have no more things to give you. We've given you pops. We've given you pins. We've given you stickers. If you get the stickers and the pins, please take a picture of them and tweet us out that give us a little promotion, a little thanks. But thanks for listening. Thanks for being such a great listener. Appreciate it. Get the word out there. Join the conversation on Facebook.com/Dinner and a Podcast. Check out our Instagram and our Twitter handle at Dinner and a Podcast. And then email us. Whoops, I'm going to start that over again. Join the conversation on Facebook.com/Dinner and a Podcast. Check out our Instagram and our Twitter handles at Dinner and a Podcast. And then email us any questions and comments that you might have at dinnerandpodcast@gmail.com. Big thanks to Andrew Brookes for the amazing artwork that he does and the amazing animations that he does for our YouTube channel. Please check those out and check out his website, andrewbrooksportfolio.com, for all his other awesome artwork. Alejandro Rosado, who made us our amazing cover photo. You can follow him on Twitter and Instagram at AleroArt. Will Shelton for the awesome theme song. Follow him on SoundCloud at William_Shelton. And lastly, a big thanks to Tony Wolf, who is the voice you hear on all the bumpers during the show. Follow him at Tony Wolfness on Twitter and on Instagram. And until next week, when we do top Pixar movies, I'm Steve.
I'm Joe.
I'm Mike.
Suck it, Sale. Mike, you don't have anything else to say? You always have a second thing to say.
Nothing.
And you want to be my latex salesman.